welcome to the first annual Dungeons and Charities. We decided Dungeons and Charities. I made the switch. Okay, I apologize. Kai would like Charities and Dragons. Do we all agree? Everybody say aye?
I don't think it matters that much.
So welcome. My name's Auntie Entity, and I'm going to be running this mad haberdashery for these lovely, lovely, lovely furries today.
We get hats.
Would you like hats?
Paul?
It's a haberdashery, right?
You already got a set of those. Oh, do you?
No.
Oh. Okay, I'd like to begin first by saying that I chose an Adventure League module for everybody to play in today. And I want to make sure that the designer gets the credit they're due. It's called the Oblique of Fort Iron. The designer is Greg Marks, and it's one of my very favorite modules I've ever run. So we're going to run it today because it is Halloween appropriate. I think everybody will enjoy it. So let's get started. Down here we have
Iggy!
Iggy!
Yay!
The one person who confused.
Yes, the eyes have it, and I have all of them.
Iggy today is going to play the group Cleric. He's the healer. He's going to keep everybody alive. Well, that's the idea.
That's the idea.
You can
The
hit
idea.
the walls, right?
Yes.
And then next to Iggy is
Citrine.
Citrine. It makes perfect sense. Citrine is the group Bard. So he's going to keep everybody. He's going to keep everybody inspired, and then say horrible things to people as he goes. It's a beautiful setup. Here to my left, we have
I am Bone Dog, and I am Rage.
Bone Dog is a rage.
Ah.
Here's my only question, Bone Dog. Do you wear a loincloth?
Of course I wear a loincloth.
Makes sense.
I'm a barbarian.
All right, here to my right, we have
Kai.
Kai is the team rogue. So this is going to be the shifty guy that takes all your stuff. Know him, love him, beware of him. Okay, next to Kai is
Jaru!
Jaru is the group fighter. He's the fighter. He's actually the brute fighter, but you're an awfully nice brute fighter. And last, but surely not least, is
Dia.
Staya. Staya is the group ranger. He is going to hit the enemy from afar because it's tacky to get up close and personal. All right, if everyone's ready, we can get started. All right, just like many good adventures, your adventure begins in a little town. The small town of Point Iron. You will be making your way to the tavern called Tower Shield. You are meeting there. Your trip northeast from a town called Mulemaster to the village of Point Iron is uneventful. For reasons of your own, you seek to join an expedition into the mines under the fort being organized by Lilianor, the granddaughter of Aurora of the famous Whole Realms catalog. As these things often do, this chance for glory begins in a simple tavern. The Tower Shield sits across from Fort Iron and seems heavily trafficked by the Mulman soldiers stationed there. Moving through the morning crowd, you manage to find the table you are looking for. So as you go into this tavern, you walk in and immediately you are obviously together, and you see this tall, thin human woman. She's got long brown hair. She looks up, she sees you, and she starts waving frantically at you. Hey,
You
hey,
think that's her?
hey,
I hope not.
here.
I think it does.
I'm gonna get a drink first.
Tono! Bring bread and cheese. Port for everybody.
Are we right now?
I'm more of Chardonnay myself, but alright.
All right. I'm so glad that you answered my call because I have got a deal for you. I was going through my grandmother Aurora's things, and I think I found something that is going to make us all rich. She had a map of the old dwarven iron mines below Fort Iron, made just before the Duergar invaded, and on there is a mark on it denoting a secret treasure and some sort of oubliette. It has to be the lost vein of gold. I've managed to negotiate for access to the mines, so I need you to check the map's accuracy by going into the mines and finding the gold. If you find it, I'll give you a 10% of any profits I make from mining. It's the score of a lifetime.
I mean, I think killing a great worm red dragon would be the score of a lifetime, but this sounds nice enough.
Rainbow worm would be good.
Okay. So, as you're sitting there and you're speaking with Leonor, the bread, your drinks, whether it's a nice Chardonnay or a port, whatever you prefer, will make it to the table. So you sit, you have a lovely afternoon.
Good year. I agree.
When you all are finished with your time at the tavern and having your brunch, you will leave and you will head toward your destination. Your path is uneventful. It's a lovely day. It's around early afternoon. The sun is shining. Perfect 70 degrees.
The birds are singing.
The birds are singing.
Oh, I hate it when we do that.
You mean we're starting our adventure without it being raining already? I'm scared.
I'd never do that to you, Colin. Never. As you go, you're going along, and out of nowhere, you see a waif girl picking at the mud with a knife. Her dress is torn and covered in blood. Her bone-thin legs end in uncovered feet. A mud-covered, black-furred goat with white eyes sits in a puddle near her. She sees you and offers you a wide yellow smile, and she waves. Hi.
This is the thing, everyone's waving.
Everybody's waving.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
Thank you, Mark. Everybody's waving.
Now I'm gonna start off the path of time immediately.
Okay.
Whose small child and goat is this?
Oh, well, I'm not with anybody's sirs. Sirs? She looks at Jaru. Yeah, she kind of twitches her head, and she rushes up to you.
No! I want stitches!
So this little waif of a girl rushes up, and Jaru rushes toward her. They meet, and these little arms just go around you with mud-covered hands, and she giggles. And the goat that kind of appears blind seems to somehow watch you. But, you know, it just watches you. Greetings outside. What is you doing? Do you hear the ground? It screams when eyes poke at it. The girl smiles and stabs into the dirt with her knife. I think it's lives. You should stay out of it because it hungers too.
Well, then stop poking it.
He wants belly rub. I want to try to steal her knife.
Roll a d20. Can you get it?
Can you get it? Nope, nope. It's like a 2.
What is your sleight of hand? Sleight of hand?
I don't know.
Not plus 20.
8 total. So everybody who's used to the shenanigans of Kai the Rogue sees him literally creep up on the little girl like this.
Great stuff.
And the goat sees him coming and kind of gives that blah blah. And the little girl looks and says,
Don't you love it when the blind goat foils you?
Damn it, Strin.
listen,
I was just gonna borrow
you
it.
shouldn't have goes into the grounds. It's bellies, it's hungry. Don't go. It's not good. But Goat says he wants the shiny rock. If you find shiny rock, he wants you to bring it to me. Not sure why I want the rock, but Goat is always right.
We should take the goat with us to find the shiny rock then, so he goes across.
Shinies are always good.
Pick up the goat. You're the big one. Let's take him with us.
I am going to detect magic.
So, what are you looking at when you want? What exactly would you like to detect for magic?
Well,
The goat, the girl, the ground, the sky.
I mean, I would like to analyze the girl and the goat,
Okay.
if possible.
Absolutely. So you look at the little girl, you look at the goat, anything that would come into this field of vision of yours. Nothing happens. No glow.
Oh, I get it. She's crazy.
Oh, definitely take the goat.
Yep. Did I take the goat?
Do you attempt to take the goat?
Yep. Yes.
As soon as you go to get the goat, as soon as you try to approach the goat, it starts like scrambling out of the mud, and it trots over to the little girl and ducks behind her and starts bleeding again. Bleat.
Oh.
I thought it was blue. That's a
Bleed.
totally
I know,
different. That's a much different
know.
story.
Bleed. Have a tea.
But can we ask her to come with us with the goat?
You can ask her anything you want.
Let's do that. But just pick up the girl too. Who wants to go with us?
No. No. Me and my goat is not going to go. Because it hungers and it screams. I don't want to go. We'll stay here and you'll bring the shiny rock. We'll bring it here.
Why?
For 100 gold.
No.
You get 10%.
I am a little girl in the mud. Where do you think I'm getting 100 gold?
Yeah, so why should we bring you a shiny rock?
Because the goat wants the shiny rock.
Never trust the goat.
Oh, it sees it. It sees it.
We're gonna like wave in front of the goat.
The goat does not appear to follow your way. So, as you end your time with the little girl and the goat, they go back to playing in the mud.
I want to play in the mud too.
Are you going to stay behind and play with the little girl in the mud?
No, that's my friend. I'm gonna dash through the mud.
But the little girl did say she'd be here when you got done, so
Okay.
perhaps we can play in the mud then.
Alright.
How does she know that? We could be gone for days.
You could.
We could just leave.
She could be in the mud for days. She could.
Look at my goofy.
It's not raining though, so
Not yet.
not yet.
So there's, on a perfectly dry day, there's a bunch of wet mud. Now I'm even more scared.
Maybe that is the setup for that.
Told you to rain.
There's a lot of mud, but it hasn't rained.
As you make it to the mines, Leelanor meets back up with you. She walks with you unhindered through the active parts of the mines. The travel through the mines is uneventful. Whatever deal Leelanor has struck with the local military has gotten you past the guards, and the miners direct you through the tunnels that are no longer part of the active mine. With a wave, Leelanor parts company with you, and your group moves into the abandoned portions of the mine. Before long, you begin to notice the construction looks different from the rest of the mine. Still solid, but grayer. With carvings of open-mouthed dwarves upon supporting arches. Whatever this place is, it is clear that no one has come this way in a long time.
I don't think anyone's come this way in a long time. We're probably on the right track.
So the tunnels are dusty, they're quiet, they smell of moist earth. You do detect a faint breeze that seems to come from deeper into the caverns.
Isn't that a really bad thing you do in a horror movie when you go, huh, let's keep going. Let's keep going.
What's a hoop?
Yeah.
So,
Danny, if you could assist, I'm going to have Citrine roll a history check. The D20 is
Just did the 20.
yeah.
history check?
History check.
The green one.
So you just hand it over to him and he can make a roll. There we go.
You get +5 modifier.
15? Citrine, you are absolutely sure that these mines have been dug by Dwarger, as opposed to the human and dwarven construction seen in the active areas of the mine. You would also know that Dwargers are dark dwarves. They live underground. It's their version of the dark elves. So who? You know what? I would like Staya. Will you make a survival check for me, please?
Oh, 20. You want to roll the green one?
Oh, I think he did pick up the D20. He's got it.
You got it? Looks like a 10 or 16.
16.
10.
All right, that would be a total of 12 for Staya. You know, looking at this, Leonor said that this is a mine that's been abandoned, but this is supposed to be the active part of the mine. You can tell that this dust, it hasn't been disturbed in a really, really long time. Really long time. So it's definitely not something that's been recently left alone.
Winged beasts.
Yes.
I mean, they still stir the air around and make the dust move. Unless they levitate.
All right.
I'm not saying it was magic.
As you go forward, the tunnel will dead end. After traveling for more than an hour, the map Leonor provided you leads to a pit at the end of a wide tunnel.
Hold on, we've been walking in this mine for an hour?
Yeah, that's how long you've been walking through this mine. And yours are the first footprints here in a very, very long time.
Alright, so who started the "Are we there yet" chant?
Are we there yet?
Are we there yet?
Yep, she rises. Oh,
Dark dwarf travel bingo cards.
The pit is carved into an irregular pattern with rounded edges, and there is a large iron ring embedded in the top underneath the center. Okay? The oubliette descends down into darkness. So, anyone with dark vision, which I believe is Citrine,
I have
and
dark
Kai,
vision.
and Jaru.
I can
Citrine,
see in
Kai, and
days,
Jaru?
just like I can in daylight.
This is now a very dark place. So, but the three of you can determine that the pit is 40 feet deep with the unfinished irregular floor, and it seems to slope toward the center. So my question for all of you, how will you get down?
Well, they can't see yet.
Nope.
So we
you
can
can't
tell
see it
them.
all.
Fine, I'll put a torch up.
And while he's working on torch, I'll jump in.
Yes, you do have torches with tinder. You may light a torch. So you're jumping?
I'm gonna
I can also just cast light if anybody wants that.
jump. I'm gonna do my dark vision. I'm gonna jump while he's working on the torch.
I have a torch.
So,
Oh,
Danny, if you could give, there we go. Tiny's D20 because he's going to make an acrobatics check.
That worked. With 18 plus numbers, I think you got it.
So you see the rogue, as Bone Dog is trying to light the torch, which you successfully get lit. He takes a graceful leap off the edge, and as he leaps, he goes down and drags a hand and a leg, and he just slides down to the center of it. Nails the landing.
Oh, look, your torch is lit.
Catch.
Ah, that's fair. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna try to catch that.
Wait.
Huh?
Oh,
And we're back.
that scared me.
Who else? How else is
I
anybody
threw
else
my
going to
torch
get down
down
this?
I'm gonna
This sloping pit.
I'm gonna do a belly flop slide down this.
I gotta catch this torch through it.
How about you give me an athletics check? So can someone make sure Jaru gets the large D20? There we go. Give it a roll.
Yep, go.
Try again.
Just on the table.
4 plus.
4
Or
plus
the
6, so you roll a 10. So you see Jaru make the same leap as Kai. Unfortunately, it's not near as graceful, but he lands on his belly in like a flopped fish, and as he goes down the irregular slope, you kind of hear him going all the way down until he reaches the center.
Woohoo! Hey,
Who's next?
I throw my torch.
Throw your torch.
It'd be nice to see where I'm ending up.
I'm gonna try to catch it.
So is there a rope I can use to get down?
You might
That was-
have a rope in your pack.
Yeah, that was
Let
the
me
next
check
thing I
for
was
you,
gonna
Saya.
say. 3 plus.
My deck is arcane. This big chest that you have. That's kind of cool. Plus 6.
Yes. What were you rolling,
To
Kai?
catch his horse.
Oh, you want to catch his torch? And a 3 plus your
9 total.
acrobatics, so it's a 9.
Oh,
The
well,
torch-
actually, we have a donation.
Oh, do we?
Yes, we do.
Ooh.
Who's it for, Snow?
It is for Kai.
What will Kai add to his roll?
A D4 bad.
Oh. Here, it's a little small, but add the D4 to your D20 and subtract that from the 9. So he now has an 8. Thank you to who?
So I have.
Snow wanted to get in on this. Okay. So with an 8, this torch comes down to you. And you reach out to grasp it, and it gently caresses your fingertips and smacks you in the side of the head. Sparks fly. Something gets into your eye. It's very irritated.
Thanks!
I must stomp the torch out now.
The torch is still lit.
Oh no, I'm stomping it out.
Okay. You see the rogue stomping your torch that you've thrown down.
That's what you get.
That's my torch! I jump down and slide down and go punch him.
Give me an athletics check.
18 plus.
18
24.
24. You jump down there. I mean, you just leap. You don't even hit the ground. You jump down there and pretty much land at the center. And that torch is yours.
I'm gonna push.
So you have the torch. So, I'm going to get everybody on the map. Alright. So these are just some random miniatures we're going to use to let us know who is who.
So who's still at the top?
The
you.
tree, myself, and you.
Yes, there's 3 of you that still
So
needs to
3
go
of us are
down.
down.
But let's go ahead and get the ones that have gotten down there positioned.
Okay.
So we know where everybody's at when you go to get down. Alright,
Those are on
so
top of come tumbling down.
this is Iggy. You're down, correct?
No,
I haven't
No.
gone down yet.
No,
Okay,
the 3 of
so
us are
you're
down. The 3 students already are down.
fabulous. Eyes down.
Is that normal?
Yes. I get to choose. And then you got down right next to Kai, yes?
Yep.
Here. And then we have Iggy. This one here will be Citrine.
Is he a dinosaur?
Is it like a druid? What is
Yes. There's Jaru.
I'm down. I did the belly flop down.
Oh yeah, that's what you belly flop.
There we go. All right, Staya. Everybody's on board. So, who would like to get down next?
I have
You
a
don't have to grab
50-foot
that.
rope I can climb down or go down, use a rope.
You
to
do.
go down.
I can
So-
cast light on you, and I'll just follow you down.
Okay.
So you guys see your ranger Staya do the smart thing.
The smart.
And
I'm following
he
the
will,
smart
He
one.
will find a protrusion here to tie the rope off. You tie it good and snug. You toss the other end down, and you kind of like use it to guide you down. No problems. You don't need to roll. You make it down. And Iggy, did you say you followed him?
Yeah,
on the rope?
I was spot for him and follow him down.
There we go.
There you go.
Okay. So
Even the
that
blind
means
guy at the
you
top
don't
by
mind moving the minis. Iggy's the one in black. Staya is the one that's in the crouch. And Citrine, are you using the rope?
I'm gonna have fun here. They call for me, and I don't realize how close the pit is, and I just kind of step off.
And yodel as you come tumbling down.
Yes.
So yeah, mix it. There we go. There's the die. We're gonna do a deck save.
Or,
Oh, Dex.
Yes.
Plus you have +1 to it.
okay.
Oh, excuse me, +3. Excuse me.
22.
You said save, not dex.
You land beautifully.
That was a first.
Whether intended or not, it's one of those things where you land perfectly, and you look at everybody and you say, "I meant to do that." It looks good.
It was to inspire y'all.
Looks like you meant to do it.
So everybody should be in the stairwell.
Yes.
Yes.
It's it denotes the center that they're supposed to be in. Okay. So you're at the bottom now. You see here at the bottom, it definitely slopes down to the middle. You saw the ring up top, but you really need to find out where to go next. There's no obvious door or entrance, arch, nothing.
I'm gonna check for trap mechanisms or something.
Okay, give me a sleight of hand check.
Well, he does that. Hey, Cleric, you said you cast light on the ranger?
Yes.
So is like the entirety of him emanating light, or just like him through the clothes, or like how logistically, how is this working?
It's like Rudolph's red nose flowing away.
My understanding is
Nose.
just that the basis is around them, and it's a 20-foot light torch. It's basically the equivalent of a torch, but it's magical light, I guess.
Yes.
But it's 20 feet, and it basically a sphere around wherever it's cast.
Yeah, so if you cast
Just keep
it
right
on
to look at
Staya,
directly.
it will walk with Staya.
Right.
Like, Staya's glowing now.
Oh, gee, makes
Right,
me
but you know,
The ranger is now glowing.
that makes him a target, first of all.
We also can't well, I guess we have a torch, but
you
we
can
otherwise
fight from a
couldn't see
distance, so
anyways.
he's a good one to.
I had a lit torch down here.
And then someone threw
I
it.
think it's still on fire right next
No,
to
I
us.
stopped it out.
Oh, we've stomped it out.
Yeah, someone threw it at me. I don't know
It
who
hasn't
did
been
that.
relit yet.
No need with a giant ranger beacon.
Alright. Let's go ahead and get...
My check did find anything?
Yeah, well, actually, you roll with your... You do not feel like there's any traps. You do notice, though, that a good 10 feet of the floor seems to be elevated. Seems to be kind of raised.
Really? Let me try to CPR the raised thing. See if I can make it move.
Okay. Yes.
I'm gonna keep doing it until someone notices that I'm playing.
So, Kai is literally trying to give a 10-foot stone slab CPR. It doesn't seem to be working. The stone slab has not revived.
Breathe!
It is still a stone slab.
I did not lose my medical license for this.
So, is anybody else going to do anything
I'm not casting Spare the Dying on the slab. That's not.
on a slab? I
I'm
understand.
gonna jump up and do a hero's pose on the slab. It'll be my pedestal for my statue figure.
As you jump up on the slab with Kai doing CPR, you notice there's a very tiny shift.
They move.
Oh, fine,
I
I
need the
get
fat
on
one
it.
up here.
Why me specifically?
Did you look at that? Look at that.
Is there anything noticeable around us that changed after we stepped on something?
No.
Can't see anything.
No. Yeah, no. Nothing significantly changed.
Didn't hear any
But as you
clicks or
see
anything.
Bone Dog get on the slab, it moves it depresses even further.
Oh, it's up and down.
Do we all want to step on it?
Yes.
I'm gonna be the last one. I'll wait and see what happens.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang out. I'm gonna hang out and wait until everyone else is on it.
I'll
I'm
step
not-
on. I'll
I'm
step
not gonna
on
stand
next.
on it to everyone else is going.
Citrine gets on the slab. You guys, again, it seems to shake more, go down more.
Oh, look at you giving it CPR.
Yes.
I'm worried the whole thing's gonna fall out.
Me too.
I'm sorry, Kai, but it's still not revived.
Like, I guess we could.
So-
we do have the rope attached up above. We can hold the rope while we're up there.
onto it and not actually get on it?
Sure.
2 CPR dollars.
do that.
All right.
That didn't change anything.
No.
I'll push on it too, and that probably didn't change anything either.
So we have Kai giving it CPR. The three of you are standing on it.
We're both
And
pushing.
Staya is pushing on it. And just as you go to join him to push on it, it all depresses suddenly down into the cavern floor. As
Whoop.
it's depressed into the floor, an earthquake rocks the entire hallway. For several seconds, you're thrown to the ground, unable to determine which way is up as you bounce off the walls of the oubliette. In the center of the pit, a hole begins to spiral open as the shaft of the oubliette spirals closed. You are now falling.
Can we grab the rope that's still hanging from above?
So as you're falling and you look up, you would notice it Yes. You see your rope like went down to the opening. But as you look up from your fall, you notice like there's like a closure. So it's like there's a closure toward the top of the oubliette and the opening. And as you guys fall through, that opening closes. And you've got like some of your rope hanging down underneath where it closed.
Okay, try to grab that just off my fall, or we don't know how far we're possibly falling at this point.
Well, yeah, you're falling, not indefinitely. So what it's not one of them.
What a fun! That'd be a great adventure. Indefinitely.
Oh, yeah.
That's the entire adventure.
What I need is dex saves from everybody at the table. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to make sure everybody's got a D20. Everybody. I'm sorry?
We have a donation.
Oh, do we?
Yes, we do.
And who is it going to be for?
Hi.
Kai.
Another one for Kai.
What do you want Kai to add to his dex save? You got dice?
A D20.
I'm coming around.
Good or bad?
Bad.
Okay, Kai. This will be a critical
Oh.
fail. Who do we have to thank for that?
Yes.
So this is your positive, this is
You
your
have that
negative.
here?
Wait, no. That's an auto
Everybody?
fail?
Yes.
Okay,
Auto
Kai, you do not need to roll. Everybody else, roll your d20s. And I'll come around and tell you what you got.
I love you, good. And what was this?
I got a 15.
A 15, and then a 10, and your dex save will be altogether a 13 for
10.
Citrine.
12
10 total.
10 total.
10 total for you
12
two.
total.
12 total for Saya. What about you, Jaru? Can you see it?
I can't quite see what that is. I think
You got an
double digit.
11.
Let me come
11
in at
plus
11.
2, so I got
Yeah.
13.
All right. Everybody that got over a 10,
Woo!
everybody hits the ground. You all make it. Those of you that got over a 10, you hit the ground and you kind of like skin your knees or your hands, however it is you're landing. So no big deal. And the last one to fall is Kai. Kai hits the ground and you just hear a splat. Just, it is the cartoon Wile E. Coyote splat on the ground.
Claire,
He leaves an
I think we
imprint
might
in
need
the
to help
bottom
him out.
and he takes 6 points of damage.
I'm okay. Just leave me here.
Let's do that again.
No.
Let's go again.
Are you looking up to see if you could possibly go up and go again?
No.
Oh, there's just that one.
That's what the rope's for, is you get to climb up and fall back down.
2. Ow.
Take 2.
So, anybody that looks up, you notice that just looking at it, it would take an indeterminate amount of time to try to dig your way back out of there. Going back would definitely not be a good choice. The way is full.
I want to go home.
It's a
Too
little late
bad.
for that.
Alright.
So-
One tunnel.
Well, you find yourself in a tunnel moving in only one direction. The stones comprising the tunnel that you just fell through grind quickly close. The narrow tunnel before you is wet and muddy. Rivulets run down the sides of the spongy floor. Somewhere under several inches of mud, it twists and turns out of sight.
I laugh at the water.
So, I'm gonna place this one.
Isn't that the
'cause
bar
it's got
job?
weird pieces.
I said that you're on my jokes, but I'm terribly falling off of it.
Speaking of, hey Bart,
Yes.
can you write a lovely sonnet about how our road sucks?
Maybe. Yes.
I'll see if I can look for traps for you guys.
So, what is your order? Who is in front?
I'm limping in
Not
the
it!
Okay. I'm curious.
Alright. Jaru, you will
Get me
take
up
the
there.
lead. And
That's why I got the dark
I'm
vision.
gonna be
Because you
behind
saw
everybody.
your torch.
you will be in the back.
behind
And
us.
I'll be in front of you.
Okay, when he passes me, I'm gonna try to steal something off of him.
And you're back with Saya.
Yep, Stein.
This is Citrine. And are you in front checking for traps?
And I'm taking his axe off his back.
Alright, so we'll say this is your order of operations. If everybody's happy with that, we have Bone Dog and Jaru in the front, followed by Citrine and Kai. Bringing up the rear would be Iggy and Staya.
I'm trying to steal his axle on his back when he passes me.
I just
While
wanted to
you're
get
still
that
on the
so
ground.
more funny.
No, when you're walking past me, getting up and taking your axe.
And 15.
15 plus mine.
A 21. And what are you wanting to
I'm
do?
stealing the axe off his back.
You feel a tug on your back. There's a good reason for that. 21. It's not a natural 20. This man's axe is a part of him. It's his axe. You know. But you only feel a tug. And when you look back, you don't see anything. So, you all come to this new tunnel. Again, it's very muddy. The floor is spongy.
Am I still glowing?
And
Yeah.
oh yeah, you are glowing. You have no choice but to glow. It's a lovely glow.
I can make other things. glow,
Compliments
too.
your eyes. It's really delightful.
Huge.
There is no light in the tunnel, except for Saya. Let's see.
And I thought I was complaining.
It smells strongly of fresh earth. Jabu, you would even detect like just a hint of ammonia in the air. Now, not enough to make anybody sick or bother anybody, but you with that lovely, lovely nose would detect just a hint of ammonia in the air.
Hey, cleric.
Yeah.
Since the first torch you made refuses to actually be a torch, and since it's kind of wet and moist down here, and if something happens to my dropped torch, it'll probably go out, can you light one of my weapons, and I can use that as a torch?
If you like, I will do this as a one-time thing because I'm, the storyteller, and I can. I'll let you use a bonus action to move your light from Staya to a weapon on Bone Dog if you choose, or you may leave it on Staya.
Ooh.
Or you may make it go away altogether and just be...
So I only get one light at a time? Is that how that... You only have one at a time?
Yes.
Okay.
Use a light of the party.
Well, like...
Here, light is great axe on.
What, wait, why do you have the axe?
He doesn't. He
What?
died.
No, I succeeded.
You're holding the axe.
Right,
Yeah.
you can
What,
light it.
do you want me to light that axe so they can't steal it anymore?
Oh, I would love for you to light that axe.
I'm gonna light that axe.
I did not steal the axe.
So everyone...
You're holding the axe!
So you can light it. I'm assisting. I'm helping.
So the cleric...
Thank you for helping us, Rogue.
The cleric says a few words. You see the light
Humana,
stream
humana, humana.
from Staya to the axe that for some reason the rogue has that belongs to Bone Dog.
Here you go.
Alright. You would
What would you do
also,
without me?
and Citrine, you would notice the
Have my
walls.
axe.
They seem to be made of an unstable earth. The mud dripping from the walls, they don't seem to be a part of the wall itself. And you would notice that it's not necessarily natural. Like, it just doesn't match up. So, I would like for... I need the whole group to give me a perception check. So everybody roll a d20. Pick your 20s. Danny will come around to award you all 20s. Yay! So, what do you have on your die, Bone Dog?
I think it's 2 digits.
I'm gonna look at it real quick. You gotta go. That is a 13.
Yay!
And then your perception is
Okay.
18.
3. So you have a 16.
I got a
Yay!
19 before my
Citrine?
bonus.
9 total?
8 total.
8 total?
8
Staya?
total.
18 for...
4 total.
19 plus whatever.
Okay.
Fun.
Anybody that makes a 15 or higher,
Not me.
yes, a few of you don't make it, but anybody that makes a 15 or higher will detect a noise. You hear sounds that are not unlike stones rolling through thick mud.
Guys, I hear a band coming.
Gun incoming. Ha ha ha.
I don't
ha.
hear anything.
The Rolling Stones.
I don't
So coming, I'm gonna reach in between the two here. Coming from around the corner, approximately 30 feet ahead,
They look
you
friendly.
have 3 what look to be mud-covered boulders heading your way. Everybody, first time of the day, roll for initiative. That's a d20 for everyone.
I meant to go on there.
It's a natural 20.
Okay, I'll take that.
I'll take that.
Look, 2 natural 20s on initiative. So we'll add your we'll roll it and we'll add your dex modifiers,
I'll let him go.
or you may have it up front. So yours is a 20.
14?
Yep.
We got a 16.
Wait, you roll what?
Oh,
Trains,
okay.
yours
All
will
right.
be
14.
14.
17.
17. Okay, so everybody keep theirs in mind. I'm going to write them down so we can have them tracked.
Yes. That one.
I think they both had natural 20.
Yes, they did. So our order, I believe the rogue
I may
said
fall.
Bone Dog could go first with his natural 20.
You go first.
I go first.
You go first.
That
All
makes Kai second. Who got the next behind a 20? I think there was an 18.
17 was mine.
Okay. So Iggy after Kai.
I got 16.
Jaru after Iggy.
I got 12. And I got 14.
Yeah,
Okay.
That'd be
Citrine. And then Staya.
Woohoo, I'm where I want to be.
In the back? Never mind.
You can fight from a distance and see if they're in.
Okay, Bone Dog, get us started. So they come out. They're within 30 feet of you. You can make it to them in your full movement. You can make it to the first one if you so choose.
Oh, I'm a gunna.
You're gonna.
I'm a gunna.
All right.
How fast are they rolling?
Then you
at
wanna. Bone Dog is the one with the gold head.
Ah, sideways. Ah.
Roll to attack. That's a big one.
Just imagining running at rocks that have googly
I
eyes
know.
right now. That is a 6.
Ah, I saw that 14.
I did
There
too.
was a 14
What
and
do
a
you
20.
add to your attack roll? Bone Dog?
6.
A 6, so you roll a 12
I got
total?
a 12 on a rock.
A 12 on a rock. Well, guess what? That 12 on that rock, it hits.
Yay!
So let's roll his damage.
I rolled a 1. Woo!
Plus your strength modifier, so 5 points of damage. So everybody sees the brave, the mighty Bone Dog rush up to the first boulder. He swings his mighty axe, comes down on the boulder, and you see a couple little chips fly off. But you can act.
It's a rock.
Yeah.
Alright, it didn't break your
It
ass.
is a rock. You were absolutely correct. All right.
Is there like a bend? Like, are the rocks coming straight at us, or are they coming like a zigzaggy bend?
They're coming. They seem to be pretty much straight. What would you like to accomplish? And I'll tell you if you can.
I want to find like a corner that I can hide in so they can roll past.
You absolutely can. If you look up here, there is like can you see? There is a place where you can kind of duck into and roll to hide.
Oh, that's
nope,
me.
that's the other the one in the green cloak. That one.
That's okay.
Okay. So give me a sneak, stealth. Natural.
Well.
20.
You know, I almost punched that away
everybody
I love
that
it.
could see the rogue, you just watch him disappear. I don't care if you had your eyes on him when he did it. He's gone. You don't know what happened. He's gone. That would bring us to Iggy.
I'm gonna try to whack one of them with
Like-
my. I'm gonna pull up my mace
Okay.
and I'm gonna try to smack the one in the front that Bone Dog did.
Okay. So this character right here, Danny, if you will, move to the front up there with Bone Dog. Thank you. And then give Iggy the D20.
I'll use this one.
He's the one who can
It's
see.
fun to use the green one, Iggy.
Well, it's probably easier for everyone to see.
So you hit. I don't even need to know what you got in there.
Okay.
So you
It's-
hit.
Yeah.
So roll your damage die. For you, that is
I actually don't have a
a
D6.
D8.
So is
Or
it
I'm sorry, a
D8?
D6.
It should be D6.
We have a
plus
lovely
Oh, there it is.
red
I
D6
wondered where it went.
that's been really wanting to be rolled.
Well, that 6 then.
Plus your strength modifier.
Oh, excuse me. That's the 3.
So, yep. So, same. You see your mighty cleric pull the mace from his side, runs up on the same boulder that Bone Dog does, swings from the opposite direction, comes down on the boulder, and you see a couple of shards fly. But it connects.
It's a rock.
It is a rock. That brings us to Jaru.
Yes, but they have eyes, so you know. They have
So
to
what
die.
would you like to do, Jarvis?
They haven't attacked yet, so I don't know if I want to get close. So I might use my crossbow.
You're more than welcome to use your
Oh.
crossbow. You
Let's
can.
go back
You
here.
will have to, of course. We'll have Danny move your Shih Tzu mini over to where you can see one, and then you are more than welcome to roll a d20 and see if you hit with a crossbow.
No, he's in the back still. Yeah, I'm
Yeah, he wants to
far
stay in the
away
back.
because I
Back,
haven't
back,
seen them
back,
attack
back,
yet,
back.
so I don't know if I want
Right
to be near them. I'll let the others take the hit first, and then see if I want to approach.
It's the fighter with the armor.
9.
A 9.
9 plus whatever.
Yep.
What was
It will
that
be.
for?
I'll look it up for you because I know you guys are having a hard time seeing.
I apologize.
You do not have to apologize. You hit. So
Oh,
roll your
first
damage
round,
die,
yeah.
which is a D8. So we'll find you a D8.
There's
There you go.
much.
Oh, you are very good at that, Staya. Picking up very dexterous.
Ooh, a 2.
2 plus. Yep,
4.
2. So 4. So you see Jaru kind of come around the bend just enough to point his crossbow at the stone, pull the trigger, and you see this bolt it scratches the surface, but kind of like ricochets off the rock. That will bring us to Citrine.
Is there room between the rock and the ceiling?
Yes.
I'm going to try to jump over these for some reason.
Jump over.
They're medium creatures. It'll be a difficult jump, but you're welcome to try. It just takes a d20 roll, athletics check.
Your athletics. You got +0 to athletics.
So it'll be a straight d20 roll. Roll it and see what it gives you.
If he voices his intentions, can I duck real quick for him to
13?
jump off
13.
me?
You run up. There's one directly in your path to get past these manic boulders. So you run up and you do kind of like a step off move from the wall, and you go to launch over the boulder, and you kind of scrape the top and come back down. You don't fall, you don't take damage, but you don't make that leap. So we will have Citrine
Gotta practice your
move to
parkour some
that
more.
boulder, and have Iggy's move closer to the boulder that, and then he'll be there. There we go.
You gonna get swift.
So that's where everybody is now. All right. So these boulders look angry, guys.
My turn. Sorry.
No, the boulders rolled better than you, Sty.
Oh.
Get it? The boulders rolled better.
Oh, I got it.
You got it? I saw that. All right. So yeah, they get a roll too, guys. So boulder number 1. We'll say the one that Bone Dog and Iggy rushed up on. Now you close the distance so it can't get a nice running roll, but it is going to slam into. We'll say 1 through 3 is Bone Dog, 4 through 6 is Iggy. So it comes at Iggy. So it just kind of, as you're standing there, you had just swung your mace at it, and now this boulder just kind of goes, just slams into you. Just a.
Don't kill us, brother.
Will a. Stab here. Will a 17 hit?
I have 15 armor class.
So it will hit. So you watch this boulder literally hit your cleric, and you see the cleric like get nailed kind of in the side of his face, and he will take 7 points of damage.
Oh boy.
So it hurts. It like you like spittle and blood flies out of the side of his mouth. It rings his bell, and you marked your damage on your.
Yeah, I got. I'm just. I
Wonderful.
got those.
Okay. The other boulder that this most wonderful, wonderful bard lovingly placed himself in front of will come for Citrine. Again, though, Citrine, you close the gap so it can't like do a rolling slam into you, but it's going to treat you like the other boulder treated the cleric, and it's just going to give you that pop because you're so close. So, okay, it goes to pop your bard, and it misses. The bard looks confused because the bard was expecting a face full. So we rock and boulder. And it misses. Kind of like comes right up to his face and stops.
Hello, Rock.
How did you miss?
Hello, Bard.
You never miss.
Blind too.
You have another one. Now, it can, the way, it doesn't show, these are medium creatures. I like my rocks, so they're rocks, they're big giant rocks. But they're medium creatures, and they share one square like you guys do. So the other rock can get a rolling slam. So he'll have two possible targets, that'll be Iggy and Citrine.
Is it a
So,
full cube thing where one hits the other into the quarter pound card?
they could, but I will tell you their intelligence is not high enough to figure that out.
Oh, so
High speed, they're boulders.
So then what's that?
You are, well, let me roll again because I didn't determine it. 1 through 3, 4 through 6 is Citrine, and it is Iggy.
Oh, great.
So this boulder picks up speed, and it's heading for you. You can see it's coming for you. You just took that slam from the one boulder, and another one has decided you're the right target. It worked for his friend. Surely it'll work for him. And it does work for him. So you watch this boulder just slam into Iggy. Give me a strength save, Iggy. So roll me a d20 and add your strength saving throw.
10.
10? A total of 10?
Yeah.
It hits you. And I mean it hits you hard. It doesn't give you, it doesn't make you take damage. It didn't strike you as like the previous one did. But what this one does is it just keeps rolling. So what it does is it knocks you prone. This boulder rolls over you, and now you look like the Acme Wile E. Coyote, but on your back instead of your front. So it just kind of rolls over you. So go ahead and put Iggy's figure prone, if you would, Danny. Just like it thrown.
Nope,
And it just keeps on rolling.
Yeah.
And now it's heading for your bard.
That,
Yeah, yeah.
and that one, the one you just touched is coming through.
Yeah, and it's okay since there's not enough
There you
room.
go. Yeah.
Yeah. So now it's going to try to hit Citrine because it just rolls right over Iggy. Iggy is in the ground. And Citrine does an 18 hit, which I believe it does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got less armor.
You're the bard. You make lovely, lovely music. But you don't have a lot of armor. So you watch it do the same to your bard. It flattens him. Well, that depends. Roll me a d20, Citrine, and let's see if you can make your strength save.
-1.
No.
9? Oh yeah, it flattens him. So you see it do the same thing.
That's why I stayed back.
Yeah, now it's coming for you though. You're the last one.
Yeah. You
It most certainly does not see you, but it keeps rolling because it sees a lovely puppy standing there. Because it's just on a roll. It has flattened the cleric. It has flattened the bard. Can't see this guy here, our rogue, but it sure has its eyes on a nice, big, cute dog. And so it just keeps on rolling. Does a 14 hit you?
I have 19 armor class.
All right. So that rock in the middle comes up to the cute little shih tzu. And it is like this boulder meets the unstoppable force. Jaru sees it coming, and he does that whole superhero Superman stop, and that boulder hits him, and he slides back a few inches in the mud and brings it to a stop. So that leaves Staya.
So I want to target it first, or
Which one would you like to target?
the one that's in front of Jaru.
Okay. You just roll me a d20.
18.
18.
You hit. I don't even have to know what your modifier is. So the damage die for you, Staya, I think we already looked is a d8. So can you pick it up? There you go.
5.
5 plus your
3.
no, his is dexterity.
What's your
4.
bonus
Yeah,
on it?
his is dexterity because he's a ranger.
Oh yeah.
So
So Dex is +6.
no, your dex is plus 4.
We're looking for damage, or
Yeah. So what'd you roll on your d8?
5.
5. So you did a total of 9 points of damage.
Okay.
So
Nice.
you watch your ranger from afar, because that's where a ranger belongs. pull back the string on his longbow, aims at the stone that dared come to Jaru,
Don't hit me.
he releases, and right by your lovely, lovely ears, the bolt or the arrow hits that stone, and it actually penetrates into the stone. Not all the way like an arrow should, of course, because it's a boulder, but it does lodge into the boulder. And that will take us back to the top of the order, which will be.
Jaru, you got
I'm
a
sorry,
turn.
I
right?
can't hear you. Stay.
Did you get a turn?
Does that call?
Hold on.
Does that do secondary damage?
Did you cast your mark?
Yeah, I did my crossbow.
Okay, then yes. Roll me a d6.
And
Here,
then barely did.
roll the fun
Yeah, I was-
d6 die.
I just don't remember the turn order.
Yeah, so I was right after you.
Okay, so
You're good.
absolutely roll your d6.
2.
So yeah, well then it does a total of we were at 9,
So 11.
so 11 points of damage. So yeah, you guys watch this arrow just smash into it. So yeah, then you have the mark. We will notate. Well, we'll just know that the one in front of Jaru is the one you have marked. Okay.
Okay.
Now, Boondog, you have a fabulous target in front of you.
I know.
What would you like to do?
Ah!
You hit. You see this vicious axe swing nail this boulder. Can you pick it up? You got it. And you do 9 points of damage. So it hits, and it just, you see just shards fly off of where this axe hits. Little sparks come off of the steel as it rubs against the boulder. And it's glowing. So it's like he's got a light show just backing him up on these strikes. Looks fantastic.
It's like you're
And that-
sharpening your axe as you're doing this. It's against the
It's so beneficial all
moving
around.
stone.
Kai, that brings us to you.
I'm the
Pick
worst
up
thing
our
you've been
cleric.
running into.
Can you what the cleric?
Pick him up.
Would you like to pick him up?
Yeah.
You can do almost anything you want,
I want
as
to
long as
pick
I
him
say
up.
so.
I want to pick him up.
You may approach the cleric. Okay, you're lying there, Iggy. You don't know what just tried to pick you up, but something came in and picked you up. Or attempted to pick you up. So
you need to
let's let you make. How about we make it? Well, if you're going to pick him up, that's going to be strength based, so we have to make it athletics.
5+.
So something that you don't know of comes, and what do you grab?
I'm good.
What do you grab on Iggy?
Are you
This is
wearing a
very
robe?
important.
No, I actually have on like armor.
Yeah.
I'm gonna grab like the part of the breastplate at the like where it's jointed. I'm just gonna be like, get up, you healer.
Okay, so you actually hear a voice as he does it, but at first you don't know. All of a sudden, you feel this lift on your breastplate, and then you hear the voice of your rogue say to get up, but he can't lift you, so you're still there. So he lifted you like 2 inches off
So
the
I'm
ground.
just
Yes. So he's like got you like 2 inches off the
what are
ground,
you
looking down on you,
doing?
and you are now.
And I'm gonna take my bonus action to go back to hiding again.
So you're gonna let him go?
You're just gonna drop me back on.
Try and run away.
And I'm going to
Alright.
hiding.
So you would have moved up to here, and I like to split the moves. And you tried to lift your cleric. Now where are you going to go? You can
Back.
move 3 spaces.
Where's the best hiding spot? Where I was?
Yeah, you can get back where you
Kinda,
were if you'd
yeah.
like.
Or wait, can I go past the boulders and hide behind them?
Yeah, because you have a friendly there.
I'm hiding behind the boulders.
Okay, roll your stealth roll.
Sure.
Yeah, I'm dropping you when I realize that I can't lift you. I'm leaving.
All right, that plus your stealth is a, I believe you are. So 8. So
18.
18. And again, this time he doesn't disappear in the blink of an eye, but he goes. You wouldn't think someone could hide amongst that rubble because it's not like taller standing, but your rogue does. He just
Bye.
disappears amongst the rubble after lifting you 2 inches off the ground.
I tried!
And he says that as he runs past you. I tried. Iggy,
Yeah.
how would you like
Bard
to
has
react?
that sonnet coming
I will
along.
let you know, because this is important information now for our bard and our cleric. It takes half your movement to stand up.
Can I still make an attack if I stand up?
If you
I just
attack
can't
from
move.
prone, yes, but if something attacks you while you're prone, it gets advantage. Just bear that in mind. But you are more than welcome to
No,
attack.
but can I get up and make an attack
Yes.
without moving?
Yeah, you will get you get a movement, an attack, a bonus action.
So my movement is standing
is
up.
standing up.
Okay, then I'm going to stand up and You know, I'm done with this rock. I'm gonna smack that rock again.
You should. That rock, well, it wasn't the rock that ran you over, but a very rude rock did run you over. So you stand.
I got hit by one and got run over by the other.
Yes. This is the one that hit you. Are you wanting to strike that one again?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm going to lay yours down, Citrine, because you were knocked down by that crazy bolt.
Perfect.
All right. So,
Had enough of your loud music.
roll that d20.
That was to the rock. 9 plus. What's the number for hits?
It's right. It'll be
14
right there.
total.
There you go. You hit. You let that boulder know who was boss.
That's right.
You don't appreciate it. Roll me some damage.
I got a D6.
D6. Yes. Oh, there we go.
4 plus 3.
Okay, so
7.
7 points. You hit it good. I mean, you smack that boulder good. Sparks fly from your mace, and you actually see like a small chunk of the boulder kind of fly off of it.
It didn't hit me, right?
No.
I'm taking a lot of damage here.
Yeah,
I don't
I know.
need to get hit by more
The funny
things.
thing is you're the healer, so you got the answer to that problem.
I'm not even glowing. Why am I getting hit?
And I will tell you, after you hit it, you can tell like between the multiple hits that you guys said that you and Boondog has landed on this boulder, it's
Have we dented
it's
a frowny face
yeah,
in the side of it?
you kind of dented a frowny face. It's more dented than the other boulders.
Eyes going a little more wonky than usual.
It's a frowny face with googly eyes.
I
Frown.
Bard is amused.
Even a boulder with googly eyes has bad days,
We
Iggy.
appreciate that.
All right, Jaru.
I'm gonna take my greatsword
Yes.
and leap up, and because is it still rolling, or did I?
No,
completely
you
stop
stopped it. Like,
So I'm gonna jump on top of it and just come down upon it with my greatsword.
so you would like to jump on it and then start beating the top
Yeah.
of it. Okay, I will need an athletics check first. Here, I can bring you the big 20 if you like. There you go. Look at my boulders, Jaru.
4 plus.
So 4 plus your athletics check is a 10.
14.
It's, these are medium creatures, but they're kind of sizable. So you weren't able to jump on top of them. You attempt, you've got your long sword out, you're ready for it. You attempt to jump up, and he's just too tall. So you can't get on top of him, but you did get a jump up there, so you can
still good.
bring it down.
Come down.
What, you're not
Yes.
gonna hang off my arrow?
So give me a roll for attack now. You still get the attack. That was your movement. See what we got.
Almost got.
So your attack would have been 3 plus. Let's find your great sword. 6. So it would have been a 9. That would be a miss. So when you tried to leap on top of that boulder, it just threw you off your game. You know, you leapt. You didn't make it to the top, but you did try to save it and come down with your broadsword. Or I'm sorry, your longsword. Thank you very much. And it just you had too much going on. You couldn't quite pull that off.
Not too fancy.
But you land on your feet. No, we're ready for the next one. After Jaru, Citrine, you're lying on the ground. You just got flattened by a very, very, very rude boulder. You can use half your movement to stand up. Because again, anybody on the ground, if you're attacked, they attack you with advantage, which means they roll 2 d20s and take the highest roll.
Wow.
Nobody likes that. So would you like to stand up? Yes.
Yeah.
So you're up. Now you are right next to this boulder. It's the one that kind of popped you.
Mm-hmm.
And
Get back at
it
him.
missed you because, it missed you. You're still a little confused about that. But you are next to it. So if you were to move away from it, it would get a free attack against you. So you can't, it would be very dangerous to use the other half of your movement. Unless you would like to use your action to disengage, and then you can move without it attacking, but that will take your full turn. Or you can stand right next to it and attack it somehow. As the great and marvelous bard, you can either attack it with a weapon, or you can attack it with a spell.
Hit it with your loot.
Because,
Yes.
well, okay.
Yeah, let's go for it.
You can sing a
Roll me a
hectic song and
d20
hurt
because you are. This boulder disrespected you.
his ears. Yes, that's it.
And so you're going to teach it what real rock and roll is all about.
You got 15.
What is it?
Weapon, right?
Yes.
Weapon.
Well, no,
18.
it'll be plus. It'll be his dex because this is a non-proficient weapon.
Dex saving throw or just dex?
Just the dex modifier.
So 16.
You hit it. So your bard stands up and he's done.
Yeah.
He's had enough. And just when you think he's going to do the bard thing and voice some sort of great magic, he pulls out a lute. And he grabs it by the neck and just brings it down on this rock. And nails it. Now, this is
Come on.
not a weapon you're proficient with. So it does a straight, in my game, 4 points of damage. There's no roll. So you just smack it with your lute. Now, it doesn't ruin your lute by any stretch, but you do hear it kind of gives like like the sound of wood when it's under stress.
Yeah.
It didn't like it. It's not broken. It's still, I'm sure it'll still play beautifully.
Might need Greek.
But it did not like being smacked up against a big giant rock.
Yeah.
But you nailed it. That brings us, I believe, to the boulders.
Play that funky
Yes.
music, bard boy.
So, let's see.
That's great.
Alright, so. Citrine, you just hit him with a lute.
Yeah.
I don't think he liked it. So he is going to try to do what he did before when he stopped right in front of your face and try to smack you again. He's going to hit you this time. So he hits you with that smack and it hurts. It just hits you right in the solar plexus. And it almost takes your breath away and you will take 7 points of damage that I will track on the sheet we have.
Alright, what are we going to do?
Yeah, let's go ahead and track it on his sheet so he's got it and I'll track it on here also.
I'm gonna die by boulder.
You could. It's a thing. Though you guys do see that you're affecting the boulders. Definitely affecting the boulders. So, the second boulder has 2 wonderful targets still. We have Iggy and Bone Dog. So Iggy, you are 1 through 3. Bone Dog, you are 1 through 6. It is Iggy.
What?
3 through 6. 1 through 3, 4 through 6. And it hits Iggy.
Of course.
Again, it really
Because I am invincible.
seems to be scared of Bone Dog. I don't know why, you just cracked it with that
It
mace,
was
but maybe
mesh.
that's why it's targeting you. So, it will try to smack you. Will a 15 hit you?
What's a tie do?
It hits.
Okay.
A tie hits, so it matches. It will hit you, and it will do 7 points of damage.
Oh, boy.
How are you looking?
I mean, I still got 10 left.
Okay. Iggy's looking a little beat up. The boulders,
Heal
giving
her.
it to him.
Working on
So
it.
he's looking a little beat up, but he's still going strong. He's on his feet. He's got his mace. The blood is very heroic. Very,
Someone should heal our. The
Oh.
cleric should maybe
Oh.
heal the cleric, huh?
Yeah,
Maybe
it's
just-
fun. All right, so boulder number 3 is in front of a beautiful puppy. Really is. So it's going to target you for one of those just pop slams they've been doing. Does I actually don't even have to ask. A 13 will not hit you. So this boulder just seems to keep trying to hit Jaru. And as it does, like that first time you stopped it because in the roll, it tries to give you the pop and it hits the front of your armor. Yep,
Ting.
exactly.
Did something bump
So
into
you don't
me?
take any damage. So that will take us to Stein.
So I've already got it targeted,
You do.
so I don't have to. So does that
Nope,
give me-
it has your mark. So all you have to do is roll to hit.
Four.
Four.
Four,
4 is 8.
8.
I
So
think.
your ranger pulls back on his bow. He releases, and this time it just misses Jaru and the boulder. He just kind of flies right by the boulder.
A stick flew by me. Stick? What?
A stick did just
a
go by.
stick flew by.
Yeah, it did just. A
That's
stick did just fly
touching.
by. It most certainly did. And on your turn, you can react to that stick flying by you. Because remember, in all of this time that happens, all these things happen very fast. Very fast in the time. It just takes us a while to get there in the story. So, we are at the top of the order again.
Time to add some eyebrows.
Hit.
That worked. Dang, that really worked. Is that an 11?
That is an
That is
11.
11.
So yeah.
Teamwork.
Hey Benda,
That's 15 damage.
how would you like to
Right
kill
there.
the boulder?
I'd very much like to kill the boulder.
How do you kill this boulder?
Well, I was aiming for an eyebrow, which means it was a horizontal swing, so I'm
Yes.
assuming it was just a clean cut through, like all those chips were coming off.
Indeed,
So
yes.
I finally hit the squishy nougat center, I guess, and
You
just
did. You made it.
like Peter Pan in Hook when he hits that coconut. Just
Yes. As soon as you smack it, just opening it up, it splits open, and it's actually kind of like a lovely geode on the inside. But it definitely stops.
They have money inside them! Get them!
Oh,
We're being attacked by money.
wait.
So we know,
Come
just
full
so
circle.
we can, it's because these are very big pieces. This one's
We do have a quarter.
no. But that's okay. Why, you want me to put a place marker over there?
No,
Because I can.
no. I need a quarter or somebody to roll something. I need to know odds or evens.
What would you like?
What's that?
You could. It's tails.
Can I steal the geode?
I'm going to say no, because it's probably super heavy, and I don't know if you've ever seen a geokai. They're attached.
Also, I don't know if
It's
you
the
realize
size of
your
a
track
human.
record, but you're not good at picking things up recently.
You couldn't pick up something like 80 kilograms.
But you would know that you could not take the geode, because it would be impossible to take the geode.
I'll get it.
Yeah, exactly. You will have a chance to get yourself a chunk of the geode, but to sneak it, you can try, but it would be a high difficulty.
Wait, sneak? I want to sneak attack the other boulder.
By all means. You are in stealth. You can approach the other boulder for an attack with advantage, or shoot your bow, whichever you choose.
Oh, nice. I'm gonna do the right one. Time to turn.
So is that you were attacking?
Yeah, I don't like that.
Yep. But you know what? You know what the best part about it is? You've got advantage.
Oh well.
That means-
Yeah, you're.
Oh, you went the
getting-
green die.
I want the good dice.
Yeah, they only work for me. Sorry about that.
You never rolled a DM's dice.
She handed it to me.
And she was sabotaging you.
A 7 plus
Plus.
a 6. So you hit. You hit. Now, you're a rogue. You don't see him get there because he's a rogue. But he comes out from behind that boulder, and you see him just jam.
Did you just motion
A
like you
dagger.
slit the
Are
rock's
you-
throat?
Are you? So I'm assuming that's your dagger, your first dagger, yes? Okay. You will roll your dagger's damage, which is a D4.
No, not your dice.
No, well, these are
Not
your dice.
just-
Okay.
But you did learn your lesson, and that's good. You D4, but you are a rogue, so you get extra die, because, you know, this is a sneak attack. And I believe for you that was 2d6, so roll all 3 of those.
Oh boy.
Almost max damage.
It's a rock! It doesn't have a vulnerable spot!
I say it does.
Um,
I'll make a vulnerable spot.
so tell me
I
something,
suck it.
Kai. How would you like to kill the boulder? Oh, wait. Are you slitting its throat? That you think might be its
I
throat?
want to try to split the throat.
It's gonna be
And
underneath
I bar
the rock.
open like you would a treasure chest.
Or an oyster.
I don't know exactly how it happened.
Treasure chest. I don't know
But he
what-
comes up behind this boulder, and he must have. You know, you guys have been working on this boulder. You've been working on it. You know, it's chips. And he got that dagger in just right. Herculean leverage taken on that dagger. Just the right twist, and you crack it. Not your knife, the boulder. And the boulder stops.
Oh, and I'm gonna take my effects to hide again.
Bonus action. And there was no boulder there, so you used some movement, but now that you've killed it,
Yeah, you're hiding.
and you're right.
And
You
then-
would have moved into that area, and you could hide right there.
Climbed inside the geo.
There you go.
I can't take the money with me, I'll
Wait.
die on it.
That's a genius move. I'm gonna hide inside the geo trying to, like, take something. Thank you.
Iggy,
Thank you so much.
there is no mean boulders in front of you anymore. But it's your turn. There is one boulder left, but
Yo.
there's some injuries. You have lots of magic though. You don't just let me tell you about the cleric. He doesn't just heal people. Kind of a badass. He does all kinds of great things.
Let's get hit.
So, but you do also heal, and I know a few of you are quite hurt, as Stia's pointing out. So it's probably a good idea.
Forget all that. I'm gonna whack the other boulder.
So-
They insulted me and my friends.
That's the one that flattened you.
Yeah, it is.
It
I
is.
want revenge.
So your cleric raises his mighty mace, runs toward the boulder that is right next to Jarman, and he tries to whack the boulder from behind. Roll me a d20, sir.
11 plus 16,
You hit. Roll your damage.
which is this one. That was good.
That is
That'd
reroll.
be a 1.
That's a
no,
reroll
that
on their
was-
cock.
I'm just trying to like roll it and not hit everything.
That's fine.
All right.
5
8.
plus 8 total. So
Yep.
you run up on it and you just smash it. A chunk flies off of it. This one's still going, but a big chunk flies off of it when you smash into it. Jaru, the cleric just came up to help you with this. Really did quite a number on it, but it's still going.
Yeah, but there was a stick that flew by me.
There was a stick that flew by you.
And so I've still got my greatsword in my hand, and I watched the stick go flying by,
Yes.
and I turn around and I think I still hit it on my wraparound.
On the backswing.
On the backswing, yes. So roll the d20 and let's see if it hits on the backswing.
Just seeing a spinning barrel. 6 plus.
I'm really thankful we're not in that part of the map yet.
Should be 6 plus 6, so you would have hit. So yes, Jaru, on that backswing, you did hit the boulder. Roll the damage. The damage for you is...
2d6 plus 4.
Yep.
Okay,
So,
1d6.
and then this one to go with.
D4.
No,
No,
plus 4.
It seems very mismatched.
3 plus.
You might look to the doctor for that
So-
different.
7.
Oh, those were both in there?
7
7
plus
plus.
4.
4. So 11.
So 11. Jaru, how would you like to kill the boulder? On that backswing. Where does the backswing hit?
On its backside.
On its backside. So, Jaru sees the stick fly. It speaks to all your natural instincts. You
I hit
turn
that
to
full
see the stick.
moon.
As you turn to see the stick, the sword cracks into the backside of the boulder, and it's done. And they are all done.
Well, can I pick up my
I'm
arrow?
never gonna figure out how you're so accidentally lethal.
Alright, so, yes, as you guys look around, they are full of geodes. And yes, since you mentioned it first, you hit in one. Gosh, it's beautiful. Beautiful purple stone sticking out of the side of it. You know you could at least get one good chunk out of it. At least. Alright.
Here's one.
You don't even have to roll a check. You just take that dagger, this dagger that has defeated the boulder, and you just carve that out of there. There's enough crystals here for this party to share 150 gold pieces.
I'm not selling
You
my
got some
crystals.
money, but it's in geodes,
I'm not
so
selling
you
my
gotta find a buyer.
I can buy a lot of 10 balls.
So, can I pick my arrows back up?
Yes, you
Okay.
can. I'm gonna say you get to your arrow first, because it would be his turn next. So he gets to the pretty stick first, and he picks it up. But he may throw another one. So yes, you can collect your arrows. None of them were damaged. The one that sank into the geode, when it was broken apart, it would have come out. So these geodes have roughly broken into half pieces, or at least close enough to be half pieces. They have these beautiful geodes in them. They all seem to be the purple amethyst stones in them. You harvest enough of them that will equal that amount of money, and the party can move forward.
So, does that count for us and not, we don't have to give any of that money to the...
That's your money.
We don't tell her about it.
Nobody knows.
Finder's fee.
Yeah. No. First off, you don't have to tell anybody, Staya. And second off, yeah, that was nobody knows big boulders with googly eyes are in here.
Is anybody going to address
Oh.
the fact we got attacked by living boulders?
So
I don't see
between
anything unusual about that.
I don't remember what healing word does, but I want to cast either cure wounds or healing word. I don't
Yes.
know which one's
healing
actually
word.
a
That's
healing
fine.
spell.
Healing word would heal the group for a D4.
Okay.
Cure wounds, you would have to touch the hurt person, and it will heal a D8.
Okay.
So that's the difference.
Okay.
But healing word would put a D4 of healing to everybody who's hurt.
Okay.
Whereas
I can have cure wounds prepared more than the one time you get it for free.
And this
Okay.
being the fun adventure we're doing today, Iggy,
I just didn't know the difference.
as long as you respect your slots, the spell slots,
Gotcha.
you can have fun with your stuff.
So I'm gonna cast cure wounds on myself
All right.
since we're out of combat. So
Roll a
it's a
D8.
D8 plus my bonus.
Yeah.
5 plus I think 3 more 8 to get 8 back.
So you would heal for 8. So you see the
Do you need
cleric
to heal?
heal himself,
Hey,
But
he
he-
really does know how to do his job.
but he was very hurt.
I don't
Very,
see how
very
you all got hurt.
I didn't get hurt. I didn't.
I
get
don't
hurt.
see how they all got hurt either.
Hey, I didn't get hurt during combat.
During
At that
combat.
point, when I like finally come out of the shadows of my geode.
Someone's having a good time outside.
There is
Maniac
cackling outside.
laughter.
Or they're coming to murder us.
All right.
That's the little girl from the beginning.
Oh yeah. Let's throw the goat.
She knows we got the shiny.
So after the geode, you travel farther down the tunnels. They're still oddly spongy grounded, mud, wet walls. You go through these tunnels. After having traveled for almost another hour, these are some big tunnels.
Are we
Right?
there yet? Are we there yet? Boom dog. Boom dog.
Shut up or I kill. Shut up or I kill.
So you come to
Don't make me stand
another
left again.
circular entrance, but instead of being in the ground like the first one you saw was, this one's set into the wall. But a very similar circular entrance like the one that was in the oblet that you
Hey, we
killed.
should push on it
But it's
this
in the wall.
time.
So this, as you're here, you'll notice that there is not a big giant stone like there was in the other one. It's a small stone. A 5 foot stone.
What's
Set in the
that?
wall, next to the circular.
Wait, before we
Dog
push
walks
it,
up and pushes it, and it goes about halfway in. I mean, way farther than the big one did when like half of you were standing on it. And it shoves into this about 5 foot stone. Staya?
so how much strength does my arrow have as far as like shooting with an arrow?
Not that much. So you can try.
I'm sure I could probably in some way figure pounds per pressure. But we're not going to do that. I'm going to say, for this scenario, it'll equal your strength. How does that sound? Because I'm not figuring that math.
I'm not gonna do that.
Okay. You absolutely don't have to. So, he's got it halfway depressed.
I'll help him.
So you run up and help him. How do you help him?
I'm gonna put my hand on him like, how you doing? I'm also gonna try to take something off his belt and I'm gonna like leaning on the
So
wall.
you're leaning on him and take. Okay. So
I'm leaning on
as
the wall.
the rogue leans on you and pushes, you feel the stone completely depress. Roll a d20.
Oh, it's a flip it.
Oh.
Are we at it? There we
That
go.
was the weakest foot I could do there. 16.
So aside from your axe, what do you have, Tone Dog?
I have 2 other axes.
So he
Javelin.
has a set of javelins and a couple of lovely smaller axes. Are you stuck here, Kyle? Are you? Aaron got you? There you go. Aha. So this plus your sleight of hand is what? Sleight of hand is 6. So you roll a d20 and see if you notice anything. It is your perception versus his sleight of hand. So you wouldn't notice. You lift one of the small axes from his belt.
Come on, you want I'm holding up, I'm just gonna lift it and be like, you got this.
You would not know he got it off your belt. Surely you must have dropped that axe.
I'm grinning.
Surely.
I'm grinning from ear to ear. Like that.
So you both depress the stone in the wall.
Fool me once.
Just to pull you one.
You dropped it.
The door opens.
In my hand.
Just like the other one in a circular motion, that door opens as the two of you depress the stone. and it doesn't shake the earth. Just a little tremor, but you can walk right through if you so choose.
No, I'm gonna head back away from everything.
You're gonna leave now? You're just gonna go back?
I'm gonna hide.
So, as you enter this room, you come to an entrance. A vaguely kidney-shaped pool. It is a oddly colored liquid in the pool.
Don't drink it.
Well, you would know what it is. What does that mean, Shirley?
I don't really.
Shirley Bone Dog the Barbarian is torn the kidney out of his son. I mean,
You don't tear the kidney out, you tear the spine or the heart.
I have black market for the kidney. I mean, I'm a good guy.
It's one thing
So,
to lie to
we
others.
all
It's another to
come
lie to yourself.
this room.
Don't tell him that.
So the way this room is set up, same marching order as before, everyone?
Sure.
Alright, that would mean Boondog and Jaru are in the front. And we have Iggy and Kai in the middle. And
Well,
we
you
have...
use with
I was
me.
fifth.
Oh, I'm sorry, I got that wrong. Citrine and Kai in the middle. And...
I feel a joke coming on, but fine again.
yeah, I got those right now. And Iggy.
Did it really take that long?
I was
Yeah, it
focusing
did.
on other things.
Ah.
Apparently, you don't have to worry about.
So, this room, there is no light, but you have a glowing, axe-wielding barbarian.
And
So
our
crazy.
kidney. Wait,
The room smells kind of caustic. Jaru, you did smell a little bit of an ammonia smell earlier. It was faint. It is now stronger. The walls of the room are rough, with like deep vertical fissures.
Rough?
They create
Rough?
almost fin-like rocky protrusions. So, but the stinging scent of this acrid just ick. That's the best description for this. It's just ick. You can tell it's not water. You can tell it's something noxious. It burns your nostrils before you see the contents of this rocky oblong cavern. A vast pool fills the kidney-shaped cavern between you and the tunnel on the other side. So, it fills the entire cavern. You gotta make it to the other side.
I'm gonna throw a rock.
Adventures! How do you do it?
I'm gonna throw a rock in the water and do that.
So do I still have a rope or is it gone?
Yours is still hanging then way back there. And close
There,
up.
you may
I
have
got a
other
rope.
group members with rope.
Yep, I got a rope
I have
Can I
rope.
have your rope, Jaru?
for your share of the geos.
You know what?
Boy,
Hold
that's
on.
harsh.
As he says this, I'm
Wow.
gonna steal the rope. I'm stealing his rope.
Go ahead.
5.
Roll to see if you notice the. I know it because it's a 6. Yes. If you notice him stealing yours.
18.
You feel someone absolutely trying to steal your rope. You look over and it's gone.
It was blue. I'm gonna like tie it back. It was falling apart. You look fantastic today. Take your rope for a second. I've never harmed you before. Can I see it? I just want to admire it. And I'm gonna throw it this time.
So I have an idea with rope. If anybody
I'm gonna try to throw half
wants
it.
to
You were so bad that
Hey,
you came and grabbed it on my
Staya
hands and I
says-
pulled it out.
Staya has an idea with your rope if you would like a solution.
I'm trying to throw it to him.
I'm just trying to see if we could throw
What-
it across
What I was
and
going to do
go
is tie it to the end of my arrow and shoot it
Yeah.
across to the wall.
Fantastic.
Yep.
If everybody's on board with that, Naru, you
I threw a rock and threw it in
well,
the water.
Staya holds out his arrow. You tie it firmly to the arrow. Staya, you pull back on the bow.
18.
Sails across.
Or no, it's 16.
It still sails across. Sails across the pool. And it talked about like those thin protruding like fissures. It just nails right inside one of those fissures. Like this. And nails. So you now have a rope connected to an arrow across this
we need
noxious.
to connect it to something on our side too.
Exactly. So we need someone with that can take the other end and tie it Is there anything we can tie it to on
Yeah.
this end?
Wait,
There's
can't-
plenty of these fissures, so you can find protrusions.
Oh,
They
wait,
have
wait,
like
wait.
these thin
Yeah?
like protrusions.
Can't you tie the other end of the rope to your arrow and shoot it right through the protrusion because a bow is stronger than us? Like, I'm talking like point blank.
Right, well, there's protrusions already, so we could tie it to that protrusion. So, it wouldn't
So on our
matter.
side, we don't even have to kill, so we can
And I
just tie
could
it.
save my arrow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you don't even have to roll to tie it. You take the end of the rope style. You get to one of those protrusions. You tie it tight. Test it. So it is now strung taut across this rope. Who all
Who's the most expert?
will use the rope that has been so kindly donated by Driver and epically placed by Staya? Who will use the rope to cross?
Maybe later. Can I identify this substance with the survival check?
Yeah.
I like it, so I'm gonna give it to you.
+3.
They're hard to read. So that's a 5. It's really stinky.
I've never encountered something like this before.
Yeah, I'm just kind of, wondering about, and I'm gonna just nonchalantly just find like some random pebbles or whatever, and just kind of try to skip one across this, and just kind
Okay.
of see if that disturbs anything that might be in there, or if the thing is alive.
Good idea.
Finding a random pebble in the cavern
Rocks,
is very
whatever.
easy. You don't even have to make a roll. You skip it across the water. Around midway, it stops at skip and sinks.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happens.
Good idea.
It seems okay, guy.
Then it's all come out.
So who's gonna go? Are you?
I'm-
Jerry, I believe you said
uh,
you're gonna go first.
I got. Are you going first?
Uh-huh.
I mean, if the guy with the heaviest armor can get across
There's a
safely,
stick
then yeah,
that flew
sure.
across.
Go get. No.
There's a stick that flew across.
Go get the stick.
I want to go back and across the rope to the stick.
All right. So you're going to.
14.
It's going to be an acrobatics check because you're picking one of two ways. I'm assuming you're either handing or you're tightrope walking, or yeah, hang down.
I've got
How
my
weird. So you're doing the
I'm
hand over
going as
hand.
fast as I can. Uh-huh.
Alright.
And I got a +2, so I got 14 or 16.
16. That gets you about midway across, and so far you're successful. Roll it again. And you make it all the way across. So everyone sees Jaru make it across.
And I pull out the stick and make the rope fall because I got my stick now.
You would have to roll to try to remove the stick
Put
from.
the stick back.
Would you like to roll?
No, I'm afraid of him.
So as he reaches for the stick, tongue lolling, happiness in his eye, joy. Bone Dog scares him to death, and he lets go.
I want tightrope walk across the thing.
All right,
You do that.
deck save,
Oh, I'm not. They say it was acrobatic.
acrobatics check. My apologies.
No, I'm not telling anybody. I'm just. When you yell at him, I'm just gonna start walking. Oh, okay.
So yeah, little 12. So you start walking across the tightrope, and it's wobbly. It's because you're walking across the tightrope, and they're wobbly, and it kind of jiggles back and forth, and you make it about to the midway point, but you're giving it one of these. So roll again.
Hold on. I got this. I know what I am
Have any
doing.
inspiring songs that could help our friend over there?
Maybe.
Can I have one?
Yeah, we'll do that.
So the bard will sing for you. He sings for you. It is beautiful and joyous. So now you get to add a D8 to your save, if you choose. Actually, you get to hold on to the D8 and roll this first. If you succeed, you get to bank that D8. So 11 plus 6.
17.
So yeah, you now have what's called bardic inspiration. So you
Song
get.
did he sing?
What kind of song did Citrine sing
Song
for
from Dumbo.
By the Road?
Doesn't feel light.
You wrote the dogs out.
There you go.
You know, is that going to inspire you? If it does, I think you'd like it. Yeah, we'll do that.
So he gives a jaunty rendition of Who Let the Dogs Out.
Because of that, once I get to the very end, I'm gonna turn
And
around
it works.
and
He's
go back.
very inspired. And again, Kai, you have a D8 that you can bank, and you can add it to multiple rolls. Okay.
I gotta prefer free falling, but okay.
So,
was
so
bad
now
timing.
we have Jaru and Kai across the very,
well
very stinky, never seen before lake.
So
Who's next? Or, I mean, if anybody doesn't want to take the rope and try a new idea, you're welcome. Or you can try the rope style.
I'm gonna take the rope. I'm gonna put my legs up over the rope and kind of do one of these things
Yes.
for more stability.
Absolutely.
I thought you were trying to do the butt scooter.
So you're going the leg, hand,
Need a
hang
top.
upside down cross.
Yeah.
So roll your acrobatics.
Ooh, plus 6. Nice. 10.
15.
Wait,
16?
10 total.
10
10
total?
total.
10
Yeah,
total.
roll the 4.
Oh, he's smarter than me.
Because of the way you chose to go across, though, you're going across in the style you described. There was one point where your legs tremble and slip from the rope. You catch on, everybody gasps, except for Bone Dog, because Bone Dog doesn't gasp. But you bring your legs back up on the rope, and you secure yourself. Roll me another d20 to see if you can get across. Finish the...
Well, very, very few times people can kill for a second.
That's a 9 plus 6, 15.
And you make it the rest of the way across. Woo! So, the mini in the very back, you take that one across. So, who is next? Again, you gotta have a new idea, or you have a very... Seems to be a very effective rope.
I'm going to. You know what? I'm gonna probably try and walk across. I'm gonna try and walk it like a tightrope.
Sure. Roll a d20.
Do a 2-step as you cross to your own song.
Yeah.
This is versus Dex. What am I adding?
Yeah, it's his acrobatics
plus 5.
check.
Plus 5 to 6.
So 11 total?
I think 11 total, yeah.
So, just like you saw the road, like you saw Kai, you're walking across and it's real wobbly. You're not falling in. You guys are just making it. But it's super wobbly. And as you're wobbling to the side, you make it to the middle, Citrine. Roll again.
14, 16.
16?
Or higher, sorry, 19.
That's fine. You stabilize and just almost skip across the rope to the very end.
You figured it out. Do we have any more rope?
So that means we have 2 more people. We have Bone Dog and we have Iggy.
I have more rope. What do you want with it?
Well,
Could we-
do another one of these?
So I'm probably gonna have the hardest time getting across this. Could we shoot another arrow such that you have one rope and then you have another rope to kind of like shimmy your way across?
You wouldn't have
I
a
don't have
problem
it.
if you
I don't
did it
have a
like
bow and
I
arrow.
did it. Because you're bracing with your hands and your legs.
You'd say that'd be just as difficult.
Oh, wait. When
No,
you put
you-
your mace across the rope, and then kind of like chokeholded the mace, and like slid that way.
Are you telling me to zip line with my
Zip
my
line
mace?
with your mace.
Oh man.
And I'm gonna yell
You
it.
should.
I'm just gonna yell zip line. Zip line with your mace.
Zip-
Come on,
Zipping.
we're right over here cheering
Oh.
for you.
Citrine says we'll catch you.
And we'll sing for you.
Ooh, fine. We'll try that for gusto in a moment. I want to try one more thing. I take like one of my camp things. I got like a little blanket.
Sure.
I dip the corner of it into the whatever this is, just to see what happens to it. Just
You
the
dip
corner, and
the
I pull
corner
it
of the
out.
blanket into the lake, and it starts to sizzle. You see frayed ends of it start to almost disintegrate.
Oh,
That's not good.
So what I was thinking about doing is, would I be able to judge whether or not my water skin may be able to hold some of this acid, or would the container not be strong enough to hold it?
So the water skin's made out of like a leather type material.
Is it?
it's usually a bladder.
It started melting the rope pretty much. It's up to you whether you would like to see if it works.
Sorry, the rope.
All I was trying, yeah.
Or the corner. Thank you.
Okay.
Very much. No, your rope is good.
All I
The
was trying
frayed end
to.
of the corner of the blanket that you put in the lake. It did start to melt it. Make it disintegrate.
But you said it was kind of more frayed and.
No, it caused it to fray.
But it
So
hasn't
basically, you put it
disintegrated.
in, it frayed, and then it started to disintegrate.
So how far over is that?
I was just curious to save some of it. We'll try doing the mace thing. I can always try
So
doing
you're
that
gonna
on the
zip line.
backside. Well,
So-
sure. It's probably going to be me doing this
Right.
the whole time.
Because
which
it's
is-
not at an angle.
Run.
But
Yeah, it's going to be dumb.
So
I'm being as careful as I can because I'm not good at this.
Run.
roll a d20, please.
Just run at it and then
17 minus 1, so 16.
You get your mace over the rope, and you, like you said, you just kind of like walk it instead of like, or maybe you bounce it. Whatever you do, you get to the middle though. You get there safely. So roll again to see if you make it all the way across.
So this is the part on American Gladiators when they would fall down. Oh, I got a 2.
Roll a dex save. So you guys see your very
12.
brave cleric make it to the middle, and he makes it there rather well. And all of a sudden, as he goes to go forward, his hand slips from the mace, and it starts to fall. And he reaches up with his hand to grab the rope, and what does he do? He grabs the rope just in time. The hand holding the mace falls, though, and now you're holding onto the rope with one hand.
I believe in you.
And
Take
what
a
do you do?
dog.
Well,
That's a deep subject.
I mean, I try to regain what I'm doing and just try to keep going, basically, after I kind of try to regather myself.
roll a d20 for me.
2.
Roll a dex save. So you go to do it again, and you start
12.
to slip. And you grab.
Again!
So every time you
get a
go to
workout.
start it, you go to slip. It's like you're panicking.
Yeah.
But then you catch yourself. And then you try again.
Try again.
It's deja vu.
11.
You finally get settled.
Oh, good.
You breathe deep. You calm down. And it's not near as pretty as the first half. You get a little scared, so instead of that lovely hop, you do like a little shimmy all the way across. But you make it all the way across. So everybody is across this lake except for
There's one.
Now, I just want some clarification here.
Please.
What is on the sides?
Walls.
Walls. Okay.
Yeah, I had to show you that the water didn't have any room around it. So
Okay.
those are walls.
All right.
There is camping instead of our rope.
What if we want to come back this way?
I could shoot another
Go
arrow.
shoot it again.
Well,
Yeah, do we have any ropes left over?
I have a rope.
Yeah, please don't.
My
have more
plan would be to. Yeah.
I mean, we could light the other end of the rope on fire, have it come loose.
Come back here in the tunnel, get a very
Oh,
nice
yeah.
running
So
start,
that's a good idea. I have
Jump.
an idea.
and like catch the rope, and then with my swinging momentum, just kind of like brachiate across. a
Pull a
couple times.
pitfall across. I like it. Roll the d20. Yours is going to be an athletics check.
Did we cut the rope when he's doing it?
No, don't cut the rope.
It's beautiful.
25.
You do that amazing leap. You don't even have to roll a second time, though, dog. It's magnetic. You just see him. Just gets that running start like he described, and he just does. He uses that momentum, just swings across in like 3 big just leaps, and he lands on the other side like he does it every day.
Every day.
So do I have any idea how to get this rope off of the other side?
Well, we still have one more rope.
Wait. Does anybody else have rope?
I
One
have
dog
rope.
has rope.
Does any of the other 3 have rope?
Do I have rope?
Dude, let me see what you
I
have.
think that's a
I don't
common
think so.
It
item.
comes. It comes in certain. If everybody's got the Explorer pack and the Dungeoneers pack,
I don't think I have to do
so if you
that.
have either one, yeah, because yours would be
I'm a thief.
a thief's pack.
Why does a thief not have rope? He'll steal some others.
Maybe you do. Let's see what's in your pack. You have a rope.
Oh, I have a rope.
So you have a couple of ropes.
So
You would know, I mean, and you would know, Staya, that there's really no, if they're tied on, so it's not, and we didn't use a knot, like, where you could flick it, and even if you did, it would hit the acid.
You know what?
So they're kind of stuck.
You know what? Hold on. Is there a little bit of wall that's not immediately over like the water? Like, is there a wall like right beside me that's like similar to the rest of the wall?
Yes, but it's flat. Like, not slick, but, like, it goes, the liquid goes up to the wall.
Can I get handhold or foothold on the wall?
Try.
So without going across the water, I want to test on the little wall like right beside.
Roll me a d20.
I have no dexterity.
Six.
Plus, it's a 6 for mine.
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry. It's a 6.
With that roll, you can see you have no safe way to hold. You've checked it. There's no safe way to use the wall holes to get across this.
Not happening. I was gonna shimmy back over, get the rope, and come back, but let's just leave the rope. I think I might have more rope.
It sounds like, I mean,
We
it
got.
sounds like a
I
few.
think we have a few extra ropes.
So
I don't know,
everybody
I've checked my
makes it
pack tomorrow.
across the horrible.
You don't check your own
horrible
stuff.
lake.
You just check others.
I
I don't know what I got. What do I got in here?
don't know, but I know what you guys have.
Okay, since we're over, can I take my arrow off and tie the
Yes, you
rope?
can.
And
Yep.
just tie the rope to one of the things, that
Yeah,
way
sure.
I get my arrow back.
You absolutely can.
Why didn't you do that when you
Arrows are
first
important.
got over there?
Because we've been so funny.
Yeah, I only have 20 of
I should hopefully have all of mine still.
them. I think you do.
So everybody makes it across. As you make it across, you come to an open doorway.
I'm in
You
the
don't
back.
have to depress any stones.
That's suspicious.
It's open. You get to walk through. You travel through what seems to be another very spongy, slightly undulating tunnel. Doesn't give you any problems. You pass through the tunnel, and as you get to the end of that tunnel, you come to another opening. Now you can tell that the undulations ran from this opening down. So they were coming towards you as you were walking up. It was a little difficult terrain as you traversed, but it didn't cause any issues.
Has anybody
Again,
seen
the
a
wall
shiny
is
rock?
very elastic, causing this ripple, a very regular ripple that comes your way. But again, nothing you can't traverse. So you come to the end of this one. As you approach, before you is a room with rows of stalagmites and stalactites on the three sides opposite the entrance. A giant, unmoving worm with purple skin hangs from the ceiling. Its end resting on a ledge above you. A chill blue light shines from a battle axe embedded in its head. A skeletal humanoid hand still wrapped around the hip.
Double dip.
That doesn't look good.
Hey, I'm gonna I'm gonna make a survival check and be like, are we in a mouth? I got a 17.
It seems mouth-like. I mean, you have no definitive clue.
I mean, I've never been eaten before that I know of,
But it smells
from your
like-
description of stalactites and stalagmites and a purple worm hanging from the ceiling.
So can I shoot an arrow at the worm?
Is anyone gonna shoot the ground with a blaster?
Can I hide first? When I see him get his bow out, I want to hide.
Well, actually, we should probably see if it can talk to it.
Yeah, no. You
Say again. I'm sorry, Stein.
We should see if we can talk to it.
So you're going to try to talk to the mouth?
I want to hide first.
What's the,
Or what
Purple
Bumdog
worm.
perceives as a mouth?
Okay, 5 plus my thingy. I'm gonna hide.
You're stealthing at a 13?
I'm exactly.
Absolutely. So, I mean, you can try to communicate with it, Staya, if you think it's something you can communicate with.
actually, it has a axe in it
Yes.
with like a human arm.
Yeah,
So,
a
like-
skeletal human hand hanging onto the hilt
So
of this
it
battle
killed
axe,
something.
trapping it. I'm sorry?
So I'm going to assume it killed it.
Yeah, the purple worm is unmoving.
I want to shoot the worm with an arrow.
Okay? You pull back. Roll me a 20.
I don't want that one.
The white ones are really nice to me.
10.
10 plus my deck would be 16.
You shoot. It nails this purple worm. It sways a little and then stops.
Rude.
Did I do any damage to it?
You didn't. It If you did damage, you can't make it out because it didn't react to the whatever that is. Did not react to the arrow.
Shoot directly for the axe.
Maybe it's already dead. That'd be nice.
I want the axe. When do we ever get that lucky?
Why do you want an axe?
So I can sell it
Yeah, what if one of us can use it?
after you use it.
So you're having
Wait,
this
you're dead?
discussion.
What?
You're free. Aren't you dead? Never mind.
A specter of some sort starts to shimmer
If it's
and
not
take form. And in a very deep voice, he says, "It's rude to talk of another man's axe in such a way." And what appears to be the ghost of a dwarf.
Now see, here's the thing. He was just talking about taking it and selling it. I was thinking about using it to, increase our chances of survival down here and perhaps accidentally avenge you along the way.
He looks a little agitated. He's like, "Go no farther. Go no farther. The axe is not worth it. For death is what will meet you." He seems very, very agitated.
Fine, I don't need your axe. I don't steal from people who still have their shit.
What do we do if we can't go any further? We can't really go back.
I am the sickness and the fever.
Alright, now you're just crazy.
What?
Face the wrath of Malice Blackthorn, North Roar of Deep Duera.
You're a
Everybody, roll initiative. Oh my. Hello.
2.
9.
Wait, hi, we have an extra.
So, everybody go ahead and let me know what your initiatives roll were, please.
12.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I was going to say that, but I had it the exact same as it was.
You have 7.
Mine's an 8.
You
Plus
stole
whatever.
7.
I think that's an 8.
Yep. So,
Sorry,
Jaru's, yours is a 10 total.
Mine's
So-
a 9 total.
Okay. So, anybody.
7, 3.
Okay, so I have a couple of 10s. What was yours, Bone Dog? I apologize.
12.
12. You win initiative with the 12, Bone Dog.
Alright, I'll take it.
Okay.
So there's
After
a
Bone
ghost?
Dog, I think was two
Oh.
10s. Let's get the order first, and then yeah, there's a ghost of some sort. So I think there were 2 10s, right?
Yeah, I had a 10.
Oh, okay.
And then Iggy.
7, 3.
I had a 9.
Okay. Then it'll go Jaru, Kai. You rolled a.
Well, 2 plus 4.
Staya, that was a 9.
Yeah.
And then a 7, Iggy.
7, 3.
And one more time, I apologize.
7. Oh, sorry. Me?
Kai. Got it.
We all rolled really low.
Yeah, we are.
The highest roll that
There's-
time was a 12.
There's a lot of accounting happening because
Yeah.
we all rolled really low.
And some of you still go before him. So, you know.
Somebody just rolled D4.
You know. So, that means Bone Dog, you're first.
Okay, can I make another survival check to, make sure that I'm aware that ghosts are usually not that affected by normal weapons, and if the axe is glowing, it might be magical, so I should try and get it to hit the ghost with it.
Sure. You don't even have to make a roll. You would know, it's a ghost. So,
Yeah.
it's going to take, but you would know that it could be hurt, but you know it's not going to be as effective.
Oh, yeah.
But it's not that it's going to not be effective. And remember, he's a ghost. So he's carrying a ghost axe.
Yeah, he's not going to use the one I want.
Yeah.
So, how far up is this axe?
The axe is, let's see, it will be, well, you can see what looks to be a ledge up there, probably where the hand is attached. So you've got about 15 feet.
Alright, but it's not going to be that hard to get to.
No, it's not impossible.
Alright, then I want to go and get the axe.
Okay? You go for the axe. How would you like to try to get the axe?
Well, like you said, there were ledges up to it. I assume I'm climbing
No,
up to
there's
it.
one ledge at the top. It's there's a ledge up there where it looks like the skeleton is. So you got the purple worm. It's being held by an axe, and you got a ledge that probably holds the skeleton of this ghost.
I guess I'm climbing, aren't I?
Are you climbing the purple worm?
Could do that. You know, I could do something here. If the purple worm is malleable, like, pierceable, I could take out my hand axes and improvise climbing axes. All the way up.
Give me an athletics check.
I'll use the big die.
Got it?
Yeah.
7.
Add your athletics. 7 plus
13.
13. So everyone sees Bone Dog take out his axes and start to climb this purple worm. And you will get about 10 to 15 feet up.
Okay.
Okay?
Hey,
So you're
grab
climbing.
my arrow while you're up there.
After Bone Dog is jogger.
So, I might need to use my patented snug attack on the ghost.
Okay?
Which I think would end up being my unarmed strike if I try to...
It's a grapple check.
And
So what you're going to do is you're going to go up and try to grapple him. So it's going to be your strength versus his. So approach the ghost. Approach Malice. He announced himself as Malice.
well, that's pretty almost one.
So you rush up to Malice and you go to embrace him. So roll a d20, and what we're going to do is we're going to add your strength modifier to it.
Six?
6 plus 4, so you roll a 10. So you rush up to the ghost and you go to hug him, and your arms go right through. But you do hug yourself, John.
Oh.
Staya. One's climbing a purple worm, one's trying to hug a ghost. Seems to be happy with hugging himself, though.
Like you do.
So I've got room to attack it.
Yes.
Okay. Without hitting their room.
Without hitting, as long as you don't botch.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna aim at it, target it.
Sure. So you draw back your bow. You roll your d20.
Get a hold of it. 18, it looks like.
13, I think.
Yes, 13 plus 6, so it'd be 19.
Okay? You hit. Roll your damage.
That was a 20.
Was it a natural 20?
No.
Yeah, it'll hit. It'll definitely hit. So your damage is 1d8 plus 4?
7.
11.
Okay. You connect with it. So it might not be able to be hugged, but it can be hit. So you connect with it. You definitely see you're not doing as much damage as you normally would do, but it hits. The arrow pierces it. Okay, after Staya, Malice is charging. He sees this creature trying to go for his axe.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So he attempts to jump up and grab your foot. Does a 17 hit?
It hits my armor, yes.
Okay. Give me an athletics check.
Well, that's gone forever now.
Did it
Fetch
go
me the green die.
Did it go under
Yes,
the
it went under the
plate?
playboard.
Bye,
Well, that's not as good. 11.
He grabs onto your leg, and he goes to yank you down. And as he goes to yank you down, though, but you've got axes embedded into this thing.
Oh, yeah.
So, but he just grabs you, yanks you down, and you lose about 5 feet of your climbing.
Alright, but now there's two really cool gashes in this worm, right?
Yes, there is.
Get off me! Get off me, you stupid ghost! You don't even have working muscles anymore!
It is a mystery. It's a mystery.
Dark magic, ghost, not obeying law, physics.
Citrine,
You.
Sure I do.
You're like
Malice
90%
is now hanging on Bone Dog's leg as Bone Dog was trying to climb the carcass of this purple worm to get to the shiny at the top.
Can I try and sing something that maybe will console the ghost? Maybe it will make him leave Bone Dog alone, maybe?
You have a couple of options. With your songs, you can. If I wanna have to do.
Taunt him.
You can taunt him.
Say his beard sucks.
It is a thing you can do. You, as a bard, are very, very good at taunting.
Doesn't he look fantastic? It makes him look out.
We can reminisce.
If you don't wish to taunt him, you can whisper mean things at him.
Aww.
So you can either taunt him, which is vicious mockery, or whisper the mean things, which is hideous laughter. You can make him glow, so everybody gets advantage on their attack if it works.
That would be useful.
You can.
I'm gonna go for that actually.
What shade of color is
Yeah.
the ghost?
He gets to choose. It's up to Citrine what color he makes the ghost.
What about
So
the-
yours automatically happens, and it sticks. So you say the proper words, and he glows the color. What color?
Okay, you think of it.
I'm going to say blue, yes.
Okay.
But it's because it's
He
my
starts
favorite color.
glow. The ghost.
He was green, he would die.
The ghost that is hanging from Bone Dog's leg now glows a lovely blue. So everybody gets advantage now when they attack him. Which
So
means
does that mean I
that
get double advantage?
Kai, you don't get double advantage. They don't stack. It'd be
Wait,
great.
I thought people were in front of me.
Citrine was. Everybody was in front of you. Now it's your turn.
Wait, sorry, I didn't go yet.
Yes, I
You shot the
Stop,
ghost.
I only
Oh, you
third.
did.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Okay,
I appreciate you looking out for your
I have a
little
question.
adventure. Yes.
Have I ever stolen from a ghost before?
Boy, how did I know that was gonna be
Hey
worse?
Kai, you tell me, have you ever stolen from a ghost before?
I don't know if this works or not. I know it works in the game of the Kaji. You can steal ghost weapons from their hand. Does that work in D&D or not?
Oh, like, as a rule in D&D?
Yeah, can I literally take his ghost act from it?
Yeah, no.
I feel like a disarm type action.
Okay, well I'm gonna go after the shiny axe.
So you're gonna how? How are you? Are you gonna also climb the purple worm?
Well, actually, so he's about 5 feet up.
Yes. Is he? Well, yeah. He was 10, came back down 5. So yes.
Actually, boy, I love you. Like, you know the old circus, like, off the shoulder?
Mhm. So you're gonna leap off his shoulder.
Acrobatics. Leap off the shoulder.
Acrobatics check.
No, that's good.
4, 4, 5, 6.
Yes. So 10.
10.
You go to leap off his shoulder, and you kind of bounce off of it and go backwards. Not fall, but you kind of mistime your leap, and you don't make the elevation.
You did a bungee jump.
At least
And-
you didn't dislocate his shoulder.
And I'm gonna hide.
And you hide.
Because I just, now the ghost is right back. I'm hiding.
Sure, yes. So 12 plus your stealth, which I think is an 8, so 20. So you're hiding at 20.
I immediately see that I messed up.
Iggy.
All right, so I'm gonna do my best doctor thing I can do, and that is to cast guiding bolt on this glowing blue thing with
Yes.
my pen that is not a sonic screwdriver but is similar yet distinct from it, so that we don't get sued.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
And
that's my holy symbol.
let that be noted to everybody.
Noted.
Wait, is it a parody or fictitious status to protect the parody from copyright?
How about we just err on the side of caution?
Similar yet distinct are 3 very important words to know.
So that is a ranged spell attack. You will roll your d20,
Alright.
and then Iggy, you will add your magic bonus that's on your back,
It doesn't have advantage for the sword?
and you have a
Yeah.
I'm learning.
9 and so I got a 17 on the roll,
Okay, you'll hit.
and I was gonna say I think it's like 4 on the modifier. I forgot where it is, but okay.
Yeah. And you will do. I
Oh, it's
believe-
plus 6. I had 23.
Yeah.
The damage is not listed here.
The damage for that is guiding bolt
4d6.
is yes. It's very close to that. Close enough for me to say yes. been a while since I've swung a guy.
I have 1d6.
To hit.
2d6s.
I'm not used to it.
2, 4. 4, 2. So 12.
12 points. So you see your cleric call forth this radiant light. It spears into the ghost. And you just, it almost looks like it starts to roil. And it boils inside of him, this radiant magic. And the ghost starts to do a keening wail. And this radiance just spins with him. He blinks out of what looks to be existence.
What happened?
Good food.
Yes. No. The cleric hit him with a guiding bolt, and it did radiant damage, which he was vulnerable to.
Yeah, I
So it
figured.
killed him?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
So we know.
Do that more.
So you will be able to go to the top. You don't have to make a roll. You make it to this axe. Would you like to remove the axe?
Sure, let's remove the axe. I came all this way.
You know what is a good idea to do here?
Check the trap.
Close.
Save the game.
Save the game!
Magic.
Ah, see, I could do that.
You could. You don't have to.
I like the way you think.
I'm just waiting for the worm to
Nah,
wake
you
up
just
once you
take it.
grab the
Ah,
axe.
just grab it. It's a glowing axe. Obviously, it's magic.
It's also nicer than yours. This is dwarven crafted.
Yeah.
It's some of the best quality work you've ever seen, Bodog.
I was really waiting for you to say it was cursed.
Nope. You feel empowered.
I feel empowered holding this axe. It feels really good.
I like my axe
And you
back
know what
now.
else you notice? That over on that ledge, past the skeleton, is a tunnel.
And there's a tunnel over here. I don't know if anyone can climb the worm like I did, but I think we should go this way.
No one
There's
can
like
climb the
ruts
worm
in it, and
like
we
you.
can just kind of shimmy up now.
Nobody climbs the worm like Bogan Dog, so
I need to
says
collect my
Kai.
arrows.
And I will climb the worm now.
Okay?
Tear it up when I climb it.
So, no one needs to make checks, because, I mean, your worst case scenario, you slide down and then you go back up again. I'm sorry, Sai.
I'll collect my arrows.
Collect your arrows,
Can I,
and you get them.
can I run and then just back off to those worms?
Absolutely. You can make it look however you want. Everyone will make it to the top.
Please. Are you good?
So, as
Can I
you
roll
all
that, sir?
traverse the tunnel, you arrive in this room.
I want to steal the action because he's not getting hit. Where's all that?
Are you going to steal it right out of his hand?
No, whichever action he's not immediately paying attention to, I want, because he's not giving me the axe. No, actually, I have a better idea. I know what you have. I don't know what a cleric has. Can I use my sleight of hand just to rummage through his inventory and figure out what he has on him?
The cleric that just sent radiant
Yeah.
damage to destroy something. By all means.
I'm not gonna try to steal it.
What do you have besides your magnificent mace?
Oh, you're not
A
gonna
whole
make me
bunch
roll
of
for-
supplies.
He's got all kinds of random supplies. So let's see.
Pretty
if you
much
can lift
random
something,
supplies.
And then if you successfully lift it, we'll figure out what you're lifting. Yeah, no. You know the rogue's coming for you.
And I'm just like moving. I just want to open
Like,
this person's
he's
book.
like trying to rifle through all your stuff while it's on you.
Okay. Taking note. I'm just taking note of what you have.
Okay.
I'm not see. I didn't take anything this time.
So you come
This
into
time.
this circular chamber. In the
I'm
middle
scared
of
you'll
the
hit me with that if I
chamber,
do it again.
there is something glowing.
Is that
Oh,
Is
the
it
shiny
money?
rock?
shiny, that shiny rock?
It's a shiny
Shiny?
rock, Staya.
Look,
Shiny?
a shiny.
Nose goes.
Shiny.
Shiny?
It is quite shiny.
Nose goes.
You have never encountered a rock as shiny as this one.
Hey. Fetch.
Shiniest of rocks.
Fetch.
A glowing crystal the size of a man's head rests upon a rocky pedestal dominating the center of this room.
Nice hesitation there.
It's got a domed cavern. You're welcome. The glow crystal strobes angrily at your approach, and arcs of electricity crackle along its surface.
Can I
If-
check trap?
Yeah, you can check the trap. Absolutely.
We should probably do that first.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Absolutely.
I can do that too.
What?
Oh,
Oh, describe it.
Sure. You notice there is a freshly dug tunnel that has breached this wall, and individuals are coming out of the tunnel. They're robed, and they look like they're interested in your shiny rock.
I'm hiding.
Look for traps.
I mean, is it really ours?
Yeah.
It will be if you get it.
So they're eyeing the thing in the middle.
So what do I
Kind
need
of like
to...
the axe. It's yours now, right?
Well, possession is
You have a
9
17.
And there certainly
That's
is.
17 plus, what is my crap?
It would be your sleight of hand, which is a very
Sleight.
odd one. It just is.
Sleight of hand, so it'd be 21.
Okay. You are pretty sure it's not trapped. You're pretty. It's literally sitting on a pedestal,
I'm gonna hide.
like it's being presented to you. I'm sorry.
I'm hiding from the road.
Okay, you're hiding from the rope. Okay. You are hiding at a 17, I believe. Okay. So, would everybody like to roll for initiative?
Oh, and after I hide, I'm gonna still yell out, I want their robes, and they're valuable.
This is where I would want to detect magic. A on the rock,
6.
B on our foes, and C while it was out.
And
Might as well look at the axe.
And
16.
they both glow with a magical radiance. Though yours, the axe, glows with something that seems to be a positive light, that looks sick, mad,
Like a mirror.
corrupted.
And the people?
The people are not magic. The people themselves are not magic. The one that looks like the leader has things on him that may cause magic, but aren't like magical items, but that would let you know this guy's probably a magic user. Plus the robes are a good giveaway.
Well, not the elbow ropes, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, 6, yeah.
So,
6 too high?
No, 6, and then
Oh, initiative, sir.
I thought it was 17 to hide. I'm hit.
He is good. Okay.
so that glowy, shiny rock thing, it's got some magic in it. I don't think it's good magic. Also, that guy has some magic on him too, so he might be extra dangerous.
Noted.
Also, this thing's freaking awesome!
Woo! And yeah, you're feeling good about that axe. Real good.
Just remember to load on.
Okay, so Kai has given me initiative. Who else?
9 total.
Okay. So what's my highest number?
I got
I
16
need
over
a-
here.
So 2 16s between Iggy and Citrine.
No,
and...
Citrine has 16. I have a 9.
Okay. And
18.
Bone Dog will be first. I think you went first every time, haven't you?
I
I
got
think you have.
Except the tie that I gave you.
Yes, you did. And so Bone Dog is going to go. Who had the 16 again? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Citrine will go second.
10 for me. Then I have 7.
Okay.
I mean, I had 9 total.
I'm after you.
Okay.
I have 9, so 9.
I get it. Oh, yeah.
And so sad. And you know, Kai, as a rogue, it shouldn't be happening to you.
I'm hidden, though.
You are
Because you are hidden.
like a boss, as they say. A little over that. So, see.
Are you kidding me, man?
Yeah. My apologies.
You're forgiven.
Shouldn't have done such a thing.
I'll give you my hip card. It's okay.
Okay, Bone Dog.
How far away are these robot people?
Oh, you can make it. You
Can
could make it. They're all yours.
Well, then I should definitely run up to the big guy first. And this axe is making me feel really good.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna rage with it. Why
I
not,
would if I were
right?
you.
So, running up to the big guy, raging with new axe.
You
You're
guys,
too mad to say a
you
pause,
guys
I'll do it
seen
for you.
Bone Dog? Like, he just gives out this bellowy war cry and just charges. Just charges.
And I want to
We'll
yell
give you
at
some things to
Thanks
hit
for
at.
bailing out.
and I
Okay,
wanna
the
yell-
one, though he does not actually have a pet,
The one with the
he is
worm
your
on him
leader.
is the
The one that said that looks like he's a leader. The others.
And I'm gonna yell out for him as he's running. Let me ask you a question.
Oh, it's
Tilted.
Yeah, no, it's tilted. It's a reroll.
Alright.
Which worked very, very well for you, Bone Dog.
Right?
That's what-
11 plus.
Well, my normal axe would be 6. Does this have any bonuses to attack or damage, or are
It
they
is a
revealed upon using?
+1 axe.
Ah, so it's a 18 to hit.
18 to hit. You hit.
Is it also a d12 to damage, or?
Yes. But you get to add +1 to your damage too.
I really need a better d12. Alright, so that's a 3
Plus-
plus what would be 4, plus 2 for raging, plus 1 for +1, so that's a 10 damage.
Yeah. You are a damage machine, sir. A damage machine. Alright, so you watch Bone Dog brush up with his brand new shiny axe and just connect with this guy. And it just slices right across the front of his torso. He looks hurt. That would bring Citrine. What would you like to do?
I'm going to charge at them with my loot because why not? This will be fun.
Charge away.
Fire them with your string.
Stay tuned, Luke.
Stay tuned for the next attack.
Plus.
Dang it.
I don't know if you get a plus for.
Danny, could you help Bone Dog approach the boss bad guy?
Oh, I got it. I got it. Facing the wrong way, but I got it.
11
It counts.
plus. 11 plus something.
To nail it with the loot, you
Yeah.
hit. Oh, well, which one are you trying to hit, Citrine? The leader or one of his two helpers, acolytes?
I'm trying to hit one of his 2 helpers.
Okay. Danny, will you move Citrine up to one of the 2 that is not the leader? The one that looks like an armored bear back here.
Yeah.
Back here,
Our
nope.
characters
Back here.
behind the dog.
Yeah. There we go. Move him up to one of the helpers. Doesn't matter which one, not the leader. One there.
Not the.
Well, as long as
One of
it's-
the side.
There you go.
There you go.
Perfect. Okay, you hit. That is 4 points of damage because this loot, man, it's getting it done. Again, though, it doesn't break. It gives that stressed wooden "Why are you doing this to me?" sound, but it does not break.
Solid oak.
Solid oak.
Yeah.
So
Maybe you should be a drummer.
you missed your calling, Citrine. So that will bring us to Staya.
I have a clear shot at the leader, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Alright.
He does?
You're not.
4
He has to
plus.
botch to hit.
Ooh,
you.
don't-
It's
don't forget to mark
Dungeons and
him.
Dragons logic.
Oh yeah, I do gotta mark them too.
Yes, that's fine. You can use your bonus action to mark him.
Yeah.
It's okay. No, it's good. Absolutely.
4 plus.
I lost my train of thought.
Might want to go
6.
quick before derail.
Yeah, it should be 10.
Yep. 10 to hit one of the helpers or the leader.
Leader.
The leader, you will hit.
Wow.
Wow.
He's a magic user. He's not armored. He's easy to hit.
Oh, I got a genius area now. That's
So your damage will be, I believe, a D8 plus a D6.
D8 and a
You
D6.
have marked him for death.
Sucks, bro.
sucks to you, bro.
Aren't we all marked for death?
2 and a 7.
7, 9.
Not unless you're playing
Plus
ESL.
4, so 13.
I can say that.
Okay. It hits and it hurts. It just plunges right into his chest. So he took an axe blade across the chest.
Did
and
you
he took
shoot
an
the
arrow.
axe wound?
Yes. Yes. You opened it up for him, and he just sunk an arrow right in there.
Which means right after you cut something, all of a sudden an arrow.
He's looking rough. That brings us to him. How dare you challenge Lorne? I am Lorne Ta. I will take the seed of fell earth to my master.
I'm surprised you can still talk after the giant gash in your
can.
chest.
Monologue.
Exactly. He looks a little crazy. A little crazy.
I'm so surprised. Are you surprised? I'm surprised.
I'm surprised. And I read the story first. I'm surprised. Alright. So he is going to say some words, move his hands, and he's going to look at 2 of you hit him and hurt him. Staya. He's going to look at you and he's got range like you. Just with a spell.
I'm just stepping back.
Again, he is mad. look at Staya, and he is going to cast Shatter. So he throws this spell at you.
He's Lindsay Sterling?
Yes. Well, his magic aura. Yeah, goes in.
Got 15 to hit.
He misses you. So, but what happens is he throws this spell, and it doesn't hit the square you're in. It hits a square next to you. Actually, a few squares over, because it.
Stay away from that square.
But what you see is the stones that it hits, they just explode. They shatter. Yeah. For a low level spell, it is.
That was close.
So then his acolytes are going to stand up and defend their leader. Teamwork.
If you keep saying alkalites, I'm gonna imagine Lee wearing a top hat.
Oh no.
It is awfully close, isn't it?
Is it Acolyte?
It is. Oh, acolyte.
It's acolyte, but I keep hearing
Cute.
alkalites.
That's what I
Okay.
did. That's what I did.
It's now alkalites. The alkalites.
The Alkali.
Yeah, I knew what you meant. I owe you a treat. I'm
No,
sorry.
like alkalites, acolytes, alkalites.
Alright.
Alkalites.
So one
They're all contrary?
is going to go for Bone Dog, the one that has a staff, and the other one is going to go for Citrine, because Citrine just bashed him with a lute. So the orange one is for Bone Dog, the metal one will hit Citrine.
Yeah.
Does a
13.
hit. You will be hit, and you will take 5 points of damage.
Alright, now question.
What?
While I'm raging, it says I gain resistance to bludgeoning, piercing, and slashing damage.
So you get to half it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Half it, rounding
Down.
down. So 2.
Alright,
Two.
so, you took my pen a
I
long
got
time
you.
ago.
I did. Can you? Yeah. 2.
That's impressive.
It really is. I'm very impressed. Bullshit.
When I have that kind of dexterity.
All right.
I got
The other one that has attacked Citrine, it's going to hit you.
Oh.
So it hits you, but you're getting hit with short swords,
Which makes it really hard to
and it will do 1 whole point of damage.
Ooh.
Yeah. You're not scared.
We're good.
Don't forget, you still have a D8 if you need it, Kyle.
I know how much
You
I'm not using it really well.
were inspired. Well, first let's see what Jaru does. Remember, you have 3 targets. They all want the shiny rock.
So it seems like we've been doing a good amount of damage to the leader, so I think we should kind of focus on him some more.
Focus on this one.
You know. And let's say my great sword does the most. I'm gonna go bounding on over.
All right.
Smack him with my
So the Shih Tzu mini runs up to the leader,
I have it.
and you use a great sword.
Reroll. So that was a 2.
Oh no.
Oh.
You tried.
So you miss him. You rush up. It looks really good, Jaru. But as you swing that great sword, yeah, long sword. I'm sorry.
I forgot I had advantage that time. Didn't need it, but I forgot about it.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah, that's right. We all had advantage, didn't we, or not?
No,
No, it's just me because I'm raging.
you're raging.
Just the rage.
Oh, it's a ghost that was there.
That brings us to Iggy.
Look, I don't like the fact that you're blowing up the earth around us or wherever, whatever planet we're actually
It
on.
certainly is.
So I'm gonna cast the guiding bolt back at this guy. My other guiding bolt.
You see
my
his
shrinking-
shatter, and you raise him a guiding
That's
bolt.
right.
Roll it.
23.
You hit.
Bam.
Like, you really hit. Roll those 4d6.
6. 6.
Wow.
12.
17.
How do you want to kill him?
I want to.
17 points of
I
damage.
want to blast them into 4 different dimensions. There you go.
Your guiding bolt
Just to
hits
sit
this
it.
guy.
I'll
Can
just
it also
shatter
go in the
him.
axe wound and like
Axe
go
wound
in?
that has an arrow in it, followed by a guiding bolt.
Put him out
And
of
he
his.
does. You see his body like quarter and slide sideways into 4 different dimensions.
Holy
I can do that too!
Our cleric is terrifying.
He's down. As soon as that happens, the other two try to run out of the tunnel. They will disengage
Not likely!
and take their full movement out of the tunnel. Since they are disengaging, nobody gets an attack of opportunity. You may attempt to chase them or shoot them or do what you wish, but they are running. They're cowards.
So should I target it with my bow and shoot it?
I'm sorry? Yes, you may.
You can
And what
try.
were you- I'm sorry.
That's really cool, my plan.
Well, who's after the cleric?
Next would be Todd.
I'm gonna loot all the magic items off the dead body. The dead guy.
They haven't run yet.
Absolutely.
No, the leader, the dead guy. I'm stealing his stuff.
But there's
Okay.
still two people who haven't yet begun to run
Good job.
that you could
They
hit.
disengaged and started to run.
They look like they're going to run.
I want stuff. I'm not gonna chase them. I'm looking for the easy target.
Okay.
I want stuff.
You search the body. You find 2 potions. You don't know what they are, but you got a couple
Need
of
a magic
potions.
wand or 6 or stuff. 6?
Nope.
Legit.
What do you think you are? Level 20?
Ixnay on the Ix day.
Oh,
So,
they have 6. 6?
you guys see your rogue do what all good rogues do. He goes to the downed corpse, starts rifling through the pockets. Pulls up what looks like 2 bottles. One seems to be a pale yellowish liquid, and one seems to be a red liquid.
I'm gonna store them safely, point at the guys that are running, and go, stick!
And that would bring us to Bone Dog.
You're welcome.
Well, since I am in hitting range of someone who has yet to flee,
Absolutely.
I'm gonna hit him. And I lied. I do not have advantage on attacks. I just have them on strength throws. Saving throws. There we go.
Strength saves, yes.
Checks, but not attacks specifically. So I forgot that I forgot. Alright, so this guy. I hate that cup.
2.
I suspect I'm supposed to keep it 2.
Yes.
Alright, well that is still a 9.
It misses them.
I really, yeah, if I did, it's like, wow, these guys are terrible.
It misses, but I thought I'd check.
It's like your thing.
So after Bone Dog is Citrine.
At least
They
I'm
look like they're
helping.
going to run, Citrine.
Yeah, I'm running.
You're running to hit one?
Yes.
Okay. We'll say you're going after the one to the right. Go
Third
ahead.
time's the
Going
charm.
from nearest. 14 plus.
You hit. So it's with the loot?
Yep.
4 points of damage.
Oh.
Absolutely. He's up, but he just took a loot to the noggin.
Absolutely.
Tree-
Staya. Boy, they're gonna bowl.
You
I'm
tune the
gonna take
loop
the farthest
just to
one
get a
away.
different sound
Huh?
when you fall.
I'm gonna
in
take the
with
one that's farthest away without damage.
I would do that.
Pull back.
Well, I want to shoot the one that's not hit.
Absolutely. One of them is not hit, and you can. Did you move your hunter's mark to him, I assume?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
17 plus.
You hit. So roll your what,
Eight.
D8 and D6.
So 4 and 4 is 8.
8 plus your 4.
Plus the
You have 3 or 4 bonus.
Yeah.
what was the bonus again?
It should be a +4 because you're.
I think it's 4.
Yeah, because you're a ranger.
Yeah, so that would be 12 damage.
So where does that arrow sink into this man as you kill him as he turns to flee for his life?
Right between the eyes.
Right between the eyes. Just as he's getting ready to turn and flee, you see Staya's arrow nail him. And he goes, as he goes into that spin, it kind of jerks him back, and you see his body hit the ground. Now it's the Alkalites' turn. And he's running. So he's running for the door. He's going to make it 30 feet up a tunnel. Jaru, would you like to try to catch him?
Uh-huh.
Jaru
Oh,
runs
chase.
after him. I'm sorry?
I want to chase.
Yes, you're chasing.
Uh-huh.
He's only gotten 30 feet, so you can catch him.
Uh-huh.
So you caught up with him. What would you like to do? You're in a tunnel with him, though. It's a short tunnel, but if you're chasing, you could be on all fours and it's not probably bothering you.
So I probably don't want to use my great sword. I might have
You
nothing to.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's not.
A big stick.
Yes.
Uh-huh.
Go ahead, roll your
I share
d20.
it.
Oh, well.
You're gonna hit. So roll the 2d6, I believe.
Yep.
Four and a 4.
So 8 plus 4. Again, you. How do you kill him?
I shared my sword with him and it went right through his belly.
And he accepted your gift.
Yeah.
He did. That was very nice of you. He liked your
And
present.
then he shared his preference with me, but he sold out.
He did. You have him now.
I could
So,
just see you like
everything's
lapping
dead.
them all
I'm
up.
going to start pillaging the first dead body.
Okay.
I'm going to start taking this shit first.
As you search those bodies, these guys, their robes are ragged. Their short swords were chipped, even slightly rusted. They don't have any money. These are poor. They were taken advantage of. You can tell they have like lines in their face that look like they could have suffered some sort of madness. They're in bad shape.
Let's stop and look immediately at the cleric.
But what you do have is a shiny.
Do we take our organs and sell it to the church? You're the cleric, you should know this.
Will you make me a perception check, please, Iggy?
14.
You notice, you watch Jaru run up the tunnel. It just catches your eye. He's running after your guy. It looks like there's a container in it. Like, it almost looks like pottery of some sort.
Is it red?
No, it's just pottery.
Is there a furry boy? right
It
there
looks
trying
like
to
it
break
could hold something if you wanted to remove something.
Can we take the pottery?
You can. So as
I
you
wanna-
approach it,
I want to Indiana Jones. Like I'm like I want the shiny before
Yes.
all of our shiny takers get it. But I know Indiana Jones, so what I'm
Yeah.
gonna do is I'm gonna take that pot and basically I'm gonna do the old swap-a-roo to take the shiny and keep the pot on the
Absolutely.
thing that we did the picture.
you take it, you find what you feel is the proper weight to trade over for what you now know from these crazy people is the seed. You weigh it. Give me an acrobatics check.
And then you fly it, man.
19 minus for acrobatics would be 18. In fact, they both be 18.
Yeah. So you weigh it, look at it, and you quickly roll it into the basket or the pottery, and you place the weight down. Nothing seems to happen, but you now have the shiny rock in the pot.
I've got a shiny. It doesn't have googly eyes on it.
It most certainly does not.
It's a legit shiny.
So you have succeeded. You have the shiny rock.
Is there another pot
Throughout
out
this
here?
whole thing, there was no gold. What it was obviously the rumor that Leonor was hearing about was this. So,
Is there another pot somewhere?
there's only the one pot. So at this point, as a group, you must decide what will you do with the shiny.
Well, we can work our way all the way back
Mm-hmm.
to give it to that girl,
Yes.
or we can go take it back and get paid because it's the only thing we found here that's worth money.
We also have the geodes.
Yep.
Oh,
If
what?
the geodes are yours, you'll be able to sell those. That's a given.
I want to take the heart out of the leader, wrap it up in his rags, and I'll keep it.
So Trine says, let's get paid.
What are you keeping?
I'm keeping the leader's heart.
It's yours.
Wrap it in his rag. I've got an idea, don't worry.
I agree. Let's get
So you
paid.
take the seed and climbing through the tunnel dug by the cultists, you escape the strange living caverns and finally see the light of day. You bear an odd glowing brain-like crystal that pulses with life. What you gonna do with it? What did everybody decide?
Wait.
You have options. There's Leelanor.
No.
You can go to her. You can take it to Elisan. You can give it to someone else. You can destroy it.
Bury it in the
Keep
mud.
it.
So
There's
you
lots
know,
of options.
have you ever heard a story where,
Did we
like,
detect magic on it or anything?
I did detect magic. on it.
I bury all my
He
shinies
detected
for
magic
50.
on it, and but
It
did you
wasn't
tell
good
anybody?
magic.
It wasn't good magic, so should we destroy it?
Wait, how about we give it to the little girl? Have you heard of?
We have a donation.
Oh, we do?
Yes.
And what do you have a donation for?
A $21 donation.
And what would they like to see happen for that $21 donation?
We didn't see what happened to the $21 donation. That.
We accept the donation to boop Snow in the nose with a green squishy ball.
Boop.
So,
So remember those old stories where like it's an enchantress or something, and then she looks for her, and then you give her what you ask for, and she does really good things where you ignore her, she like kills you? Yeah, I think that's a little girl, she's probably crazy and asshole.
I don't think someone you would give this to would do anything good with it.
Like you?
If it's
I'm a barbarian,
protecting
I'm not
bad
gonna use
magic,
it.
we should probably destroy it.
Wait, can't we take it to the church and get paid for bringing them evil stuff to the store?
There's no church I know that wants one of these things.
how about we take a vote? What are your current choices?
Opponent.
Staya votes for destroying it. Does any and Kai, you vote to take it to the little girl? Is that what you're saying?
The little girl or the church?
Elisan? Or the church? You didn't pass a church. I guess if you wanted to carry it to a church, you could try to find one.
I mean, I think to go further with that, is there anywhere we could take it to maybe learn more about it? I don't think we really saw, like, we go to the tavern, but then that one person's going to know that we have
Well,
it,
and
and they're
at that
probably going
point-
to want it.
At that point, you would choose to keep it amongst the characters and choose to, in the future, go learn more about it. So you would keep it.
Okay, so that's...
So you have three options here that are on the table.
Alright.
Staya says, bad mojo, destroy it. Kai says, the little girl could curse you if you don't bring it to her. Little girl Elisan.
Or do you do something really
And
awesome?
Iggy says, let's keep it because we should learn about it and figure
Well,
out from there.
I was just rounding that one out. I don't think we should keep this. I don't care which of the other two we choose. We're not keeping this.
Iggy takes keeping it off the board.
My not sonic screwdriver says.
She did? She
says
warned
bad.
you.
But she said she wanted the rock. Let's give it to her, that way the church, please church not.
Yes,
So,
it's not our problem. It's not
as
our
a
problem.
oh,
Yes.
as a
That
group,
does make sense.
who wants to destroy it?
Of the two options, I'd go with that.
Two of you? Three of you. Are you serious? Who wants to give it back to Elisan?
Abstain.
Are you abstaining or voting?
Well, I was kind of for both, but I mean we're kind of tied. How do you want to go further with that?
It'd be a roll
I mean,
or a dance off. Completely up to you guys.
my character wants to get rid of it. Me, I'm willing to see things go nuts. I'll let the girl have it, but my character would prefer not to have bad things happen to this world. He lives there.
Let's give it to the little girl, that way it's not our problem anymore.
So Iggy, you're the tiebreaker. Are you abstaining or voting? Or you could.
Let's give it to the girl. I don't
Then
want it anymore.
then that is 3 and 3. So, do you want to do a roll off? Two of you roll a d20 on one on each side and see who rolls higher. Okay, so
Trine, go for a 20.
Citrine, roll a 20. Staya, roll a 20.
8 versus 9.
So, you go through the tunnels and you come out onto daybreak. You take it. We're back to Elisan. When you bring it to her, she looks at the seed with wide eyes and then stares at the goat, who nods. She thanks the characters. This for me? And she picks up the seed, which causes the glow to fade. As you see, Bone Dog, the glow fade, that corruption that you noticed goes away. Looking sad, she pitches the now dull gray crystal into the nearest ditch and is quickly distracted by a cat, which she chases as it runs away, and the goat follows at a leisurely pace. The end.
Oh no, I'm gonna stab her in the back.
the stone with the ball.
You have a lovely, lovely crystal if you'd like to keep it.
Oh, we can take that to Lily's.
Everybody, that was the Oubliette, and thank you very much for joining me for Reality 2019. Great cast. And just so everyone knows, before we sign off, everybody here today is going to sign that great green D20, and it's going to be put in the auction and donated. Look for it. Thank you.
It's right there. I found it.
You got it, Drew. Good job. Good boy.
Boy.
Good boy, good boy.